his forehand. The player drops. Snuggerud to the front. Holloway digs in. Lindstein knocked it away. Shot for Thomas. Bomb. Score! Now Snuggerud to Holloway to Thomas. They score! Thomas has tied it 2-2. Mayu moves that one off the middle of the ice. It bounces towards Malinsky, and then it's cleared to the near side. Snuggerud with Thomas. Snuggerud toe drags. Thomas score! If you've got a hat, chuck it in your radio. Robert Thomas with a hat trick, and the Blues have a 3-2 lead.
Let's get nasty on a Monday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. 203, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. You heard Chris Kerber on the call last night. Blues Radio Network as the Blues take down the Avalanche 3-2. Thrilling game. What a performance by Robert Thomas, who he records his first NHL hat trick.
Yeah,
Scored
baby.
all three of the Blues goals, including the game winner late in the third period, which we will break down because, as Jamie notes, perhaps a play, a little bit of a foreshadowing moment for somebody like Jimmy Snuggerud, who showed high hockey IQ on that play. But we'll stick with Robert Thomas here for a second. He's now on a 5-point streak, 10 points total, heating up at the time that the Blues need him to heat up the most, and getting star-level production from their top center, again, as they try to make this at least make it interesting for this playoff push.
Yeah, so he's playing amazing. There's no other way to put it. And this isn't a yeah, but moment. So for me, I'm very curious as to, like, what is Robert Thomas then? Like, truly, as a player.
He's a hockey player.
He is. He's a very good hockey player, too. But what level? Because this happened last year, too. Kind of a okay year, a little bit of an injury thing. Then after the break, poured it on.
Red hot. Yeah.
Was one of the best forwards in the NHL, post Four Nations last year. This year, Olympic break, has a little something cleaned up. He's one of the best forwards in the NHL, post Olympic break.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, is he this guy for 82 or is he this guy for 25? I think that's the
last 2 years, he's been this guy for 25.
That's what I'm saying. Now, it's great, but last year I thought, post Four Nations, I'm like, okay, Robert Thomas has introduced himself to the chat at this point. Mm-hmm. He's going to be a 90 to 95-point player next year. Well, it didn't look like that. And then now post-Olympics, I'm like, oh, boy, look at this version of Robert Thomas. So, again, was it injuries holding him back a little bit in both situations? Because it's almost identical situations with a little injury that he needed rest, a little injury, needed a little cleanup, and then he was on a tear to end it. So I'm thrilled for Robert Thomas. I'm thrilled for the Blues, but I'm not sure if this is the short-term version or the long-term version. Yes, Carey?
I think Carey, based on the smirk on his face, would probably say short-term version.
I think this has been outstanding for the second year in a row, man. Watching this team play. They beat the Avs.
Yeah.
The President's Trophy. Look like they're going to be the President's Trophy winner in the Avs. Yeah, they are. This team is playing well, man. It is great to watch. I love it. I just wouldn't do it again, man. I'm just saying. I wouldn't. That's me personally, though.
Wouldn't do it again.
I wouldn't do this again. I wouldn't run it back again. I don't care how the rest of the season ends.
With Robert Thomas?
You can't get fooled again. And you didn't got fooled again already. You can't get fooled again. I think this actually, if I'm the Blues, this is perfect. This man is playing outstanding. Price just went up. Mm-hmm. This is what you can get. It's what you can have. Price is through the damn roof. You can have it. That would be me, because I would not allow myself to, for the second season. Now, if you took what happened last year and then turned it into a full season, hell, even 3/4 of a season, I would say, man, yes. It's a fourth of a season for the second season in a row. Mm-hmm. There are the 3 other parts of the season that you're not getting this level of production. And for me, that's cause for concern. And I think that this is going to be an outstanding finish again. Do they make the playoffs? I don't know. Hopefully. But if I'm the Blues, I would actually want this to continue at the level that it is because I would send the price through the roof. And in the offseason, I would say, here's what you can get, and this is what I want. Just my personal opinion, because I would not trust that this version can happen for an entire 82-game period, because it has not happened for an entire 82-game period.
Yeah.
That would just be my and I would sit with it and be fine either way. If Robert Thomas goes and is a 100-point scorer, man, you tip your cap and you hope that one of the 3 draft picks and players that you got back in return do the same for you. But I just would have trouble trusting this for an entire 82-game season because the same thing happened last year.
Do you trust it more knowing that he's got 2 really good players on his line, too?
I love that.
Because last year he did it with Jake Neighbors and Pavel Buchnevich.
Fourth liner now.
Yeah, and that's probably...
And Jake Neighbors hasn't...
Jake Neighbors had a tough go here.
Let me ask you a question. Could it possibly be that it is Dylan Holloway that is the driving force as opposed to Robert Thomas?
It could be, but who cares?
I'm just asking because you got a healthy...
You look at 21 points in 15 games for Thomas, who cares?
Agreed, but you got a healthy Holloway, just like you had a healthy Holloway at this time last year, and you got that production. So maybe it's more Dylan Holloway than it is Robert Thomas. I mean, that could be...
But that's kind of, you're feeding into my point, is it's the line.
It's the entire line, right.
Robert Thomas is finally playing
Can
with
it be
guys
an entire season?
That I don't know. So if we're
They haven't played together the entire season.
They haven't, and the bigger question is, can Dylan Holloway stay healthy for an entire season, too? I know that question mark has been popping up quite a bit, not just here locally, but you hear national broadcasts and people talking. They say, he's had trouble staying healthy. He's had trouble playing 82. Jimmy Snuggerud, I think this is what you're getting from him. I'm going to stick by the fact that I think he's a 60 to 70 point player at top. But you accompany that with Robert Thomas and Dylan Holloway, what they're doing now, maybe that number's higher. So I don't know. I don't know, if this is the Robert Thomas you can count on, or if this is a Robert Thomas that you look to move. I would have a big problem moving him for just draft picks and prospects. If I moved a Robert Thomas, it's to go get me a solid, coupling him with something to go get me,
a big dog.
But I don't know. I think you try to run it back with him. You got him for 6 more years.
And if you do that, cool. And if it turns out the same way that it did at the beginning of the season next year, shame on you, because you had the information for a couple of years now that showed you that this is potentially and granted, it could easily go the other way. But if it goes the way that it has gone the past 2 years, you have no one to blame but yourself. And if you're okay with that, then that's fine. I'm okay with it as well. But if you know and you do that again and it turns out the same way, good luck.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time trading a player like that for an unknown commodity. You might be able to draft a young player that might be able to get to that. Might.
Right.
If I'm trading Robert Thomas, it's for a Brady Tkachuk. It's a move like that. I'm doing that kind of craziness.
I look at this line. I look at the way he's playing. To me, this is the first time that he's actually had bona fide dudes on his line to where he can make a pass, he can make a play, and somebody can put it in the back of the net. The way that they are playing is incredible, not only offensively, but defensively as well. Other teams have nothing against them. Nothing. And sure, has the team been slow to start seasons in the last few years? Yes. Let's look at the rest of the lineup. This is a different looking lineup than what the Blues had at the beginning of the season. There are people on this roster now that were not supposed to be here, and there's players that were on the opening night roster that are no longer in this organization because they weren't good enough to play on this team. So things are looking different. They're playing a different brand of hockey, a better brand of hockey, and Robert Thomas is the driving force of that.
So let me ask you all a question, because you essentially got all your points in production from your first line.
Oh, yeah.
The other 3 lines.
Oh, yeah, they look good in the uniform, Carey.
So my question to you is, if that line isn't scoring,
Our nice uniforms.
and you can get more, you can get more help. You need more people. one person in one line is not going to win you a championship. I've never played hockey a day in my life, Jamie, but I'm very confident in saying that.
Yeah.
That one line, as well as they played and they played outstanding. They got all the points, all the goals. I mean, those three guys, take them every day of the week. Everybody else, we want y'all to come to the party. Pool's open, jump in, beer's fresh, cold.
Water's warm.
You can get in at any time. Yeah. They're like, nah. You guys look like you're having too much fun. Stay over here.
Rams.
So if I am the Blues, you obviously need more production from the rest of your team.
Yes.
And if one player can help aid in that,
but what if it doesn't? What if you weaken your first line and then it doesn't improve the depth?
And what if you're
four steps backwards?
What if the production never picks up from the other 9 guys?
I'd rather have the task of trading other players and draft picks for depth than looking for first line.
Okay.
That's just me.
I'm
crazy like that.
I'm the advocate. You know?
Yeah, no.
For the devil.
I appreciate your opinion.
The Devils? Is that where you want to send them?
The Devil's advocate.
Playing
that.
They're from Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah.
Can we get something in return?
They are an exciting team right now. Yeah, they got some pieces.
Done. See, I trade Thomas for Jack Hughes. Hey, there. See? Now we're going somewhere.
Now you're thinking.
There you go.
Yeah, now you sold us. I think where the Blues are right now, considering, this isn't a situation to me where, I thought the Cardinals should have traded Paul Goldschmidt a couple of years because the writing was on the wall.
That's a little different, yeah.
I don't think the writing is necessarily on the wall here, but CD, I also don't think that you're completely insane to pose the question based on the last 2 years.
Thank you. I'm
based
not
on some of
insane
the
about
body language he has had. No, you're
this
insane.
Particular
but
topic?
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, we've all established the 4 of us are insane. But on this, based on his body language, the fact that he's not had strong first halves, I don't think you're crazy to pose the question. Based on where the Cardinals Blues are at from a roster standpoint, the young players, the contracts, I would look to still build this team. And he's obviously a key component of that. But I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite, too. I've suggested as much, too.
Yep.
About Robert Thomas.
But, one thing to consider, too, and it's just something to consider, to throw it in the pot at the same time.
Let it percolate.
Is Robert Thomas was told he's not a captain. Mm-hmm. He's not a C-wearing player. Braden Shen gets traded. Robert Thomas has stepped up. I have not seen the bad body language. Now, he's had success. There's been very little adversity for the team. But maybe it all goes hand in hand. Mm-hmm. And maybe this is him trying to take that next step to show his team and everybody else, including Carey, that, he can be that guy.
I think he's a hell of a player.
I don't know.
Yep.
I think he's a hell of a player.
We'll see if they lose 2 or 3 in a row and he doesn't get any points. We'll see what it looks like. Mm-hmm. Because that's really when you see a true person's character.
But is that a problem that's the question?
Well, that's exactly why it's a problem.
And so for me, I think everybody...
Also, you've been around players that mature.
Yeah, I have.
They're immature, and then they mature, and you go, damn, man, he's got it.
It doesn't usually take 6 years, though. Do you disagree with that? Because that maturation process...
at such a young age.
I agree, but he's also... I know he's 26 years old, but he's been in the league for 6 years now.
Yeah.
It doesn't normally take that long to mature into what you're talking about, just in my experience. Most of those guys that
Some
are
of those
immature...
dynamic players, though, it can take longer because they
generally are who they are. Right, they generally are who they are.
Yeah.
I don't normally... I mean, this is... In football terms, I've seen guys...
Your kids all mature at a different age, too. Like I just lose my own kids, and I'm looking at my boys going, okay, anytime you want to mature, now, be nice.
Yeah.
It might be 26 for them, too.
Right.
Before they move out. Just don't know.
I'm looking at
it's any day now, Jamie.
The big 3 players, one of them has stepped up. One of them was demoted to the 4th line, and the other one's sort of been a no-show.
The other one's really disappointing me right now. I have been I don't want to say a supporter, but a realist when it comes to Jordan Kyrou, and I'm not happy right now. I'm not. And if he was sitting in this room, I'd say, buddy, do you know how many strays I've taken for you on this text line? you know how many times Marshy's been mad at me because I said I want to keep you? How many times?
A lot.
And this is what you pay me back with? Come on. Let's go, Jordan Kyrou. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Bruzy. Yeah, let's go.
Score some more goals, too, while you're
Nice.
at
Get
it.
a scoring chance.
Especially on the weekdays.
High slot.
I don't care what you do on the weekends.
Open look. Block shot.
Yeah.
But yes,
Don't care.
I would
Weekends are
appreciate it
yours.
if he
Weekdays,
started to
though.
put together
That's
a
when
little
you
more
need him?
offense.
Yeah. Typically me. All right, it's Fast Line on 101 ESPN.
Just got to power through that.
We got a lineup, which means we're going to play the lineup game next as the Cardinals open up a new series in Washington. Lineup game next on 101 ESPN. Carey had a checkup today with my doctor. Just, your routine physical, and doctor's going through a lot of the checklist. Hey, how do you feel about this, that, and the other thing? Honestly, Carey, first time, I don't think I had anything to report. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of that is due to mentality and not just the being on the program, but how I feel on the program. Mentality serves men and women, but when it comes to men and testosterone, when levels dip, Carey, that's when we start to be depleted on energy and all that. And now where my mood is, getting in the gym, feeling great about it, everything is kind of coming to play. And my health at 44 now, my health has probably never been better.
Yeah, they start by checking you out, right? They run a comprehensive 100-point blood panel to make sure they know where your levels are and kind of get you to where, they get you to where you need to be. Mm-hmm. So when your doctor's looking at you like, man, everything looks great.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. I feel great. I've been going to Mentality. 2 great locations, one in South County, which you go to, one in Chesterfield, where I go, and they take care of you. They make sure that blood work is right and you're feeling the best version of yourself.
Yep. So reclaim the old you, right? The new you. When it comes to mentality right now, all new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plan. Just mention Carey or me, Anthony, on 101 ESPN, and then they're going to get a savings of $250 right off the gate. So again, all new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plan. Just mention Carey or I. Reclaim the old you, the younger you with mentality. Book your appointment today at lowtusa.com. Again, lowtusa.com. right, time to play the lineup game here as the Cardinals get ready to take on the Nationals tonight. Nationals been sneaky good offensively to start the year. It is early, but Andre Palante coming off an excellent start. I don't think that this is just going to be any sort of a rollover game. So we'll play a lineup, see how we do. A lot of different changes over the weekend when it came to the lineup, and we'll certainly have our full breakdown of the Cardinals Tiger series as well. But tonight it'll be Andre Palante versus Zach Littell, who is a right-hander and coming off a loss in his first start, posted a 5.40 ERA. So, gentlemen, let's play this lineup game. You guys ready?
Sure.
Carey, you want to start us off?
Show us J.J. Weatherholt.
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
What's that from? Marshy?
I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Marshy found a lot of these.
It's
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I don't know exactly where or
apologize.
what
It
happened.
was a scumbag move.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I know.
It's just a thing, and people know about
He
it.
doesn't tell people where he got. It's like a magician telling them
Yeah.
the secrets to doing his tricks.
Nah,
What the
can't
hell
do
is
that.
wrong with you, Jamie?
Masked magician shows you, though.
Come on.
We good with
The
Herrera?
masked singer.
No, that's different.
No.
Hosted by Nick Cannon.
It is hosted by Nick Cannon. Yep.
Good job.
Gauntlet question one time on that. So, all right, Ivan Herrera.
I'm with it.
Oh, I'm down with it.
Show us Ivan Herrera.
What's your favorite position?
Designated
You like that?
I did. No, I did.
Do with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
Yep.
This is Jamie.
Jamie.
This is your guy.
It's Alec Burleson here,
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it? Show us that Burleson.
He's not some magic star.
What? You're insane. He's a huge star at this specific sliver of time.
If I may.
Yeah.
If I may.
Yeah.
May I?
Yes.
Show us Jordan Walker.
Thank you.
Oh, baby.
I like it.
That one touched the ground. That one touched the ground.
What's going on there? I'm just fixing something that's been bugging me.
Wait a minute. What have we here?
This kid's playing.
How about that?
Hey, man.
How about this dude?
This kid's playing.
Don't talk too loud.
I don't care what Carey said about him before.
I know, and he said some
This
things,
kid's good.
didn't he?
This
Oh, he
kid's
said
good.
some
I
things.
said
3
give it
hits,
time.
grand slam, 5 ribbies in game
Man, that
2
was-
alone.
That was an outstanding.
Alone.
That was a no-doubter grand
Yeah,
slam.
he smoked that one off the brick wall.
How about that? All right, so
Wall got in the way.
yeah, no kidding. Do we want to go Gorman here?
I think so.
right.
You got to go right, left.
That's true.
Anthony,
yeah,
you know
gotta
how this
follow
game
the
goes. What
rules.
are you doing?
Yep. All right, show us Nolan Gorman.
We need 38 home runs, 120 RBIs.
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance. I know there's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological.
That's my favorite one. I love Ace Ventura. I'm ready to go in, Coach.
I love when he goes up to the hedges. He gets in there under center.
Oh, yeah.
Hut 1, hut 2. All right. This has got to be a right-hander according to Ollie's rules. So
Is Mason Wynn back? Because if he is, this
No,
would
it's
be
his
the
hip.
perfect.
It's
Yeah, it
his
is his hip. I know he hurt
it's
his
a good
hip.
call. Yeah.
Is he back in the lineup? I mean,
Oh. Well, he'd be at cleanup, though, wouldn't he?
no, not necessarily.
Threw his hip out trying to back cleanup.
He did.
Yeah,
I
it
think
did.
he did.
If he is back, he'd be here, right?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Okay, so do we
But
think he's? Do we think,
maybe we should wait because maybe Ollie wants to keep him in the cleanup spot until he shows otherwise. I don't know.
if
He's been out for, what, 3 games?
yeah, well, 2.
Two.
Yeah.
I say no.
It was cold in Detroit, man. It was really cold. Sometimes that impacts your hips.
I say no.
Has he got an artificial hip?
I don't know, man. He's young. Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Let's vote on whether or not he's in. I say no.
I think he's out.
Okay.
I think he's. Yeah, I'll go with out.
Okay.
I really feel like he probably is in though.
Well, again, if
But
it'd be here,
I'm overruled.
He'd
What
be
difference
here.
does it make what I think?
If not,
Well, at
who's
least
not?
just own your answer.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, Pops.
Be confident, son. I say this is Urias then. If he's out.
Or Sajasi.
Or Sajasi.
Oh,
Shut your mouth.
Forget about
Mike
Thomas.
Schilt.
Yeah.
We got to give a name, fellas. Go with Thomas or JC. I think Jamie's.
Go, Jamie.
Show us that Thomas Sajasi.
What a shame.
Yeah, it sure is. Way to go, guys.
All right, so now we got the same issue.
Win.
We got the same issue. Do we think it's Win?
I'll go Win. Right. Show us Mason Win.
No.
Damn it, man.
So who the hell's playing shortstop? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Because
Jason
I know, my brain.
It's going to lead off.
Okay.
Who is playing shortstop?
It's got to be Sajasi, but he's batting somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. Well, who's here? Who's in left field? Because maybe Church is out.
Church hasn't hit anything. My goodness. Is he even using a bat up there?
He had a nice play. He
hit a real good ground ball into a fielder's choice.
He showcased the speed, though, last night.
Whatever, dude.
Well, this is difficult. I don't even know who's on this team.
So it's not. Yeah, I think it's Urias.
And maybe he's playing third, and Gorman is DHing, and Pajes is.
What?
And then Sajasi's.
Where's Gorman?
Gorman is 5.
Yeah,
but maybe he's DHing.
So Ramon.
And Ivan Herrera is catching.
All right, I'm going with Urias.
Yeah.
Show us Ramon Urias.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I'm the new guy.
So that means Gorman is the DH.
Yes.
Is that the first time you played that one? I don't think I've heard that one.
It might have been, actually.
I think it was, yeah. Okay, so Gorman DH, Urias at third, and then this is Sajasi at short.
I will go with that.
Okay. Show us Thomas Sajasi.
Okay, 90% chest hair, 10% baseball.
I know I haven't heard that one.
That is fantastic.
Okay.
So you need a left fielder
and then Scott.
Ivan is catching.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep,
so you need a left fielder and a
It's got to be Church here because he can't. I mean, he's just
Church
not hitting the ball at all.
Yep,
You're going to go with 3 lefties back to back to back when that lineup turns
he's
over?
Right.
There's no way in hell, man. That doesn't happen.
Shoot.
So who the hell's
You guys
playing
watch
left
ball or
field
not?
then?
Wow.
Wait. What if
Fermin?
What if Sajasi's playing left field and Ferminator's playing shortstop? Or would it go in reverse?
I think it would go in reverse. Sajasi would be short, and then the Ferminator would be
Show
left.
us the Ferminator.
Hello, local utility.
Okay.
Sorry, boys. I just felt it in my bones.
No, you're right.
No,
you can't
you're
go,
right.
but you can't go 3 lefties in a row.
Right
No, he's right.
Carey.
That doesn't look like.
All right, and then Carey, give us. Carey, you opened it. Close it now.
Show us Victor Scott II.
Feels good going fast.
I guess I was going about 65 tops.
7 miles an hour.
By the way, I got pulled over on my way back from Kansas City.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Yeah.
Are you flying?
Didn't get a ticket though. But the guy came up. I didn't know my plate was expired because we moved, and so they sent the ticket to, my old house.
Yeah.
And no one forwarded it to me. Quality move.
Why don't you just make a new one?
Yeah, they call that illegal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy's willing to do a lot, but
Not that. So the cherries start going. I drove 4 hours to get this puppy, and I'm like 3 hours on the way back.
Wow.
And they go off. I'm like, I got Ash's little guy Reed with me. I go, Reed, don't panic or anything. We're getting pulled over. Whoa, get pulled over. I'm wearing my seatbelt. I'm like, I know. I
told you not to panic.
Just told you not to panic.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my seatbelt. All that to lose the dog to me.
Oh, no.
His officer was cool. He's like, I pulled you over. I'm like, actually, I have no idea. I really wasn't even speeding at this time. I usually I'd be, I was probably going a little fast. I was like, I have no idea. He was cool, and I said, we just went to get the puppy. I threw the puppy in there.
Yeah.
The puppy, I turn on the lights. I'm like, oh, cutie, it's a little puppy. He comes back. He's like, all right, well, go get your tags fixed. I'm like, yeah, gotcha.
Will do, sir. Thank you.
Then I sped off. No, I didn't.
He walks up. Jamie's got the puppy in the window.
The puppy has my driver's license in his mouth.
There you go, officer.
He was a very nice man, and they do a lot for us, so I was very appreciative.
There you go. Marshy, go ahead and run that thing.
All right, leading off second baseman J.J. Weatherhold, batting second and catching Ivan Herrera, batting third first baseman Alec Burleson. Your cleanup hitter in right field, Jordan Walker, batting fifth the DH Nolan Gorman, batting sixth Third baseman, Ramon Urias. Batting 7th, the shortstop, Thomas Sajaci. Batting 8th in left field is Jose Fermin. And batting 9th in center field, Victor Scott II.
Back. They're fair!
Go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Home run.
All righty. Marsh, you're still... No, somebody else has one too, right? Jamie, do you have one?
Jamie's got 2.
Because of Gorman.
And I have 3.
Okay. Carey and I still not on the board. All right, go ahead.
Give me a J-bomb tonight. Jordan Walker.
Come on, man. Come on, man. That's uncalled for.
What?
Give me a Burley bomb tonight.
Give me a Von Herrera.
Give me J.J. Weatherholt.
Oh, wow.
I'll take the shot there. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Speaking of the Cardinals, they avoid the sweep last night, but they do drop their first series of the year. We'll get into the highs and lows in the Cardinals-Tiger series next on 101 ESPN. One of the better sentences, one of the better statements that you'll ever hear is, oh, that's on the house. And at Mosby throughout the month of April, there are certain things that are absolutely free, absolutely on the house. At Mosby during this month, when you remodel your bathroom, you get free plumbing fixtures. Free plumbing fixtures. That's your sink faucet, shower head, and even toilet, all included. And if you've ever remodeled a bathroom or you've talked to friends or family that has done it, all that stuff adds up. So call Mosby at 314-909-1800 or visit callmosby.com. You can have a free brainstorming session with the team from Mosby, who are outstanding, by the way, and do so before the offer ends on April 30th. But if you decide to remodel your bathroom and you're on the books, again, free plumbing fixtures, sink faucet, shower head, toilet. A bathroom remodel can absolutely upgrade the entire feel of your home, especially if it's in a main bathroom, right? Or a main bedroom. I love working with Mosby's teams for a lot of reasons, one of which is that everybody's in-house. They don't contract certain things out. It's not like they're the main hub and they have to hire somebody else outside. Everybody is in-house. Plumbers, flooring people, carpenter, everybody's in-house when it comes to Mosby. You're going to love working with them. So if you're tired of looking at your bathroom right now, it's completely out of date, give my friends at Mosby a call before the offer ends on April 30th, 314-909-1800. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues with a big win last night over the Colorado Avalanche. They'll go up against the Avs once again tomorrow, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We'll talk with Jeremy Rutherford about your Blues at 3 o'clock, so stay tuned for that. But coming up next, we're going to dive into the highs and lows for the Cardinals as they avoid the sweep in Detroit with a win yesterday. They'll take on the Washington Nationals tonight. Andre Palante on the mound. First pitch, 5:45. Highs and lows for the Cardinals against the Tigers coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's Fast on 101 ESPN. The Cardinals avoid the sweep last night by beating the Tigers 5-3, but they did drop the first 2 games of the series, meaning the first time all year that they lost a series. So let's go highs and lows from the series. We do this after every Cardinals series. I would think that collectively one of our highs will be Jordan Walker. Mm-hmm. Game 2, 3 hits, grand slam, 5 ribbies in that game 2. Accounted for almost all the Cardinals' offense that day. This is exactly what Cardinals fans have been hoping for several years now out of Jordan Walker, that he emerges as a middle-of-the-order bat. Will he do so consistently? Nobody knows. But for right now, he certainly has emerged. The swing, his swing can change games. And it has. You know, they came roaring back in that game 2 matchup, in large part because of what he's done. We talked about this a little bit last Friday. Carey, I know that when you were last on the show, you also noted this. He looks like a more confident player.
Yeah.
He looks like things are the game, and it's cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. You guys know this as professional athletes. The game looks like it's has slowed down for Jordan Walker.
Yeah. I think the thing that is best about what he's doing is last year and the year before, we saw a lot of chasing pitches outside of the zone. His discipline in the strike zone has been really good. He struck out a couple of times yesterday. I mean, Montero was kind of filthy with what he did to him the first time he struck out. That was just a good battle by pitcher and batter, and he struck out. But he's not lunging across the plate, reaching for pitches outside of the zone, swinging. I think the swing discipline and the plate discipline has been much better, and he's seeing the ball better. And when he does make contact, he's striking the heck out of it. So that's the best part for him right now. And also the defense. Like, I think he's playing really well in the field. He threw a runner out in that game. I think it was game 2 as well. Had an outfield assist.
That was game 1.
Was it game 1?
Yeah.
Had a really good play there. Just missed snagging a home run off the bat of one of the Tigers. I think he's doing a really good job out there as well, which makes it, you know, more exciting to see the progression and the maturation of his game. But the plate discipline for me is probably the best thing. He's hitting the ball, he's making contact, and he's not chasing pitches outside of the zone.
Mm-hmm. He looks more quiet. You know, Jamie, you like to talk about this with goaltenders. The more quiet they are in the crease, the more confident of a player they are. Oh, yeah. And Jordan Walker looks quieter in the box. It's not like he's either swinging out his ass or he's trying to expand the zone to the point where he even if he makes contact, he's not going to do anything with it. He does look quieter in the box. Everything looks more compact. He doesn't have that bat drag anymore. I mean, he looks like a different hitter.
His feet look settled.
Yep, absolutely. And
a couple of times he was
feet.
doing the old tap dance in the batter's box, and one, your balance is way off when you do that,
yep.
And you're not even looking to do damage. You're just looking to make some kind of you're hoping.
Yeah.
Not good.
Some other highs. I do think that 5-run fifth inning to claw back from down 7-1 to 7-6. It was reminiscent of the first game for the Cardinals this year against the Rays. So even a loss, it continued to show some offensive upside. I thought there was some clutch hitting last night too. Ivan Herrera, the two-run single to the go-ahead single. Love the Victor Scott bunt that he laid down. Yep. Tough spot for the pitcher there. He winds up rushing the throw, and now Victor Scott's in scoring range. And then the sacrifice flies from Nolan Gorman and some others. I thought that was great. And one other high for me, Riley O'Brien continues to impress out of the bullpen. He shuts the door last night for the save. Those are a lot of those the majority of my highs from the Cardinals-Tigers series. What about you guys before we get into some lows?
Yeah, I'd say those are the obvious ones. Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
Yeah, Carey?
Yeah, those are the really good signs that you're seeing from this team right now. I think you hit it. Victor Scott, Jordan Walker are playing really, really well. J.J. Weatherholt is still, I think he's progressing and doing a good job also. I'm excited in spurts of certain things that this offense is capable of doing, and the defense is not terrible either. I think they are, doing exactly what we expected them to do. Now there are some parts that we need to talk about and discuss. It's got to get better, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Marsh?
I thought Kyle Leahy's performance was a lot better than what we saw against the Mets. 3 walks still, but you want to see progression in each start, unlike the one that we're about to mention.
So we get to our lows, and the low over the weekend, granted there was a lot of angst from the lineup on Friday, which we talked about, but the lowest of lows was Dustin May. Game 2, 7 earned runs, 3 1/3 innings. The rotation, Michael McGreevy struggled as well, not to that degree, though. So Dustin May has been a disaster in the first 2 starts. And I think the most surprising thing is that he's pitched poorly despite having a very encouraging and highly anticipated spring training. Mm-hmm. He looked great in spring training. It's not like some of the metrics that a lot of people use would have indicated that he would have started the year on such a bad note. For example, the velocity was there. I think he was up really in spring training. He just does not pitch well at all. He is all over the zone, and he's not fooling anybody. So the control isn't there. I don't know what. He's just been terrible. Yeah. First 2 starts.
I would agree. Another low, although this one looks like it was rectified, is Roycroft. Oh. Mm-hmm. My goodness, this experiment has to be done. The same thing happened last year. He went back to the well this year, and the same thing. It's literally history repeating itself. Mm-hmm. He just can't get anybody out. He can't consistently hit the zone. The times he comes in, he causes more work for the next guy who's on the bump. It's everything it shouldn't be is what's been going on with him. When you couple, let's say, those 2 guys in the same game, it doesn't look very good.
Not great.
No.
Marshy?
Well, I don't want to steal Carey's.
No, you go ahead.
You want me to?
Yeah, please do, brother.
Well, Carey's got me just fired up, man. Ever since that he brought up this certain player, I've like, all right. And then I just can't help but see it. When someone points something out, it's like you get a new car, right? And all of a sudden you start seeing your car everywhere on the road.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Pedro Pajes, man. There's just something, I don't need to see him play. Whether it's, blocking, whether it's challenging.
Oh, boy, that one challenge, it was so far outside the strike zone.
Far outside, man.
Even the bat looked back like, what really? Are you serious?
It's troubling. It is troubling. And I think the thing that makes it more troubling for me is when you have a catcher that does not block the plate well, as a pitcher, I feel like it limits what you're capable of doing. You might want to throw one intentionally short and get a batter to chase, or a little bit further outside. But if you don't believe that your catcher has the capability of blocking said pitch, and now it's going to be at the backstop, and that runner that's on first is going to be at second, or that guy at second is going to be on third. You can't, in my opinion, as a pitcher, have your full arsenal if you don't trust the guy behind the plate. Mm-hmm. And you're limited in that fashion. So I think he has to do a better job of protecting his pitching staff and blocking the plate. And you were talking about it yesterday. You sent the text to the group about, the commentary of him calling the game. Yeah. And it was a little off from what maybe some other people thought he should have been calling.
Yeah, Sunday Night Baseball, I think it was the innings when Leahy was about to exit the game. Soriano came in. There were multiple times where the broadcasters, including BT, who was on the call, I thought he did a great job last night.
Shout out to BT. He was awesome last night. He was great.
There were certain commentary where they were asking Adam Ottavino, he does his bullpen thing, and they're like, okay, well, what would you throw here? And they're like, okay, I'd throw this. complete opposite. Walk, base hit, whatever it may be. Just the pitch selection. The game that Pages was calling, at least in those middle frames, like very high leverage innings. I thought it was. I just didn't think it was good.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was good at all. And these commentators, they're breaking it down and they're telling you, hey, this is why I would throw this in this certain situation. It was something completely different, and then it would lead to runners on base.
Right.
So when you have people say,
not calling a good game either.
Exactly. When you have people saying, I do this, and the opposite's happening, and then the result is bad, you're just like, my goodness, man. Like, just, I don't know. Wasn't a good look. And he's not playing today. Now, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but.
Maybe it should. Honestly, I'm not even being snarky. Maybe it should. I mean.
He did get a huge base hit yesterday, so we'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, and
which was a part of the fifth inning.
That is something, too. If you are, I mean, he can't struggle defensively. He's the catcher. But in general, if you're going to struggle defensively, for baseball, you better pick it up somewhere offensively.
Yeah.
Again, though, he's a catcher. He can't struggle defensively. All right, what's trending is next on 101 ESPN.
Well, this time of year, there's a lot of houses that go on the market, but a lot of people don't know how to price their home accordingly to get the most money and to sell quickly. That's why you need to call my friend Gloria Liu. With your home sold guaranteed realty, Gloria has been in the business for well over 20 years here in the St. Louis area, and she understands that each zip code has a different price range, which is why when you list your home with Gloria Liu, she always gets the most money for your home, and she sells quickly. Number of people I've talked to that have used Gloria Liu have been completely satisfied with the way she has sold their home, but they're thrilled that they sell their home so quickly. She also has 24,000 buyers in waiting, so when you list your home, she has a good percentage of people that fall right into your price range, so automatically then she can direct traffic to your home, which helps sell your home as fast as you possibly can. But you do have to pick up the phone and call her. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
breaks in the sports world.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it is time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, I know we're going to get to the Final Four. We got JR coming up here in the next 5-ish minutes. I want to talk about Joe Adell's defensive game this weekend. He robbed 3 home runs against the Seattle Mariners, flew over the wall, and then held his arm up, caught the ball, saved the game 3 times. What did you make of that performance for Joe Adell? I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah, no, it certainly was. I mean, the robs alone, the defensive plays alone, but he also had 3 home runs. I mean, he was just incredible. So Joe Adell, for those that don't know, Angels top prospect from the 2017 MLB draft. It kind of reminds me, we just got done talking about Jordan Walker and how Jordan Walker looks like he's kind of coming to his own. Mm-hmm. The Angels have been waiting for Joe Adell to do this as well. So it's a reminder that he's 26. It's a reminder that not everybody is Ronald Acuna. Not everybody is Ozzie Albies. Not everybody is Bryce Harper, right? Where they don't spend a lot of time in the minors. They come right up, and they're unbelievable at 21, 22 years old. It'd be nice, but players mature and develop at different rates. Joe Adell's 26. It doesn't mean that his career is over because he didn't capitalize on the potential a couple of years ago.
Would you say baseball is probably the one sport that takes the longest to kind of mature into your game?
Yes.
Like, I would agree.
Because football, you can't mature. Like,
you either got it or you don't at 21, and you're playing against 31-year-olds.
Now, your production can sway depending on what system you're in and whether or not you got the right coaching and all that. Right. But they're really you got to hit the ground running. Correct. Because your career is so short. I would say baseball takes the longest.
I agree.
It's more technical than any other sport.
It was definitely a great. I mean, you robbed 3 home runs. Like that's outstanding. Those were like not one of those where you just stand like he went and got them.
Yeah.
Like those were really good plays for him, and obviously the pitching staff is thrilled when you can keep a ball in the park. I'm sure. After the second one, they're like, oh man, okay. And third one, you're like, oh, we got a chance today, fellas. We're having a great game. So I think that's outstanding to watch that. It does take time to mature, and I think that in baseball, you got to give those players those opportunities to do that, and luckily for Adell, he's doing that. Luckily for Jordan Walker, he's doing it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I have a question for you. Out of these things that I'm about to bring up, which one is more surprising to you? UConn and South Carolina not winning the women's college basketball national championship.
I got Gino.
That was crazy.
He had a rough night.
That was interesting, man.
Yeah.
He apologized.
He did.
Yeah.
So you have that one. You have UNC basketball hiring Michael Malone. Or you have Patrick Waugh of the New York Islanders being fired with 4 games remaining in the season. Which one is more shocking to you?
They're all shocking, but UConn not making the championship, the women's, not making the championship. Not that South Carolina doesn't have an outstanding program under Dawn Staley, could they do? But that they just seem like a runaway freight train.
They won like 78 games or 80 games in a row. They were favored, like they were the number 1 seed, the overall number 1 seed coming into the tournament, and South Carolina gave them the business. Like they beat up on them. And then South Carolina got turned around, and then they got beat up on by UCLA.
Right.
Like, it was like, what is going on here?
It almost felt like what you've often talked about back in the day. If you played the Steelers or the Ravens, the following week was going to be rough.
Correct.
South Carolina beat up on UConn, turned around like they had nothing left for UConn. But the Patrick Waugh situation certainly is
That's nuts, man.
Remarkable.
I don't know what's going on. I said to you, I'd like to reach out to Matthew Darsh, the GM. He was a former teammate of mine, and just be like, hey, dude, off the record, like, what? Why? But then when you look at some of the numbers, offensively, they've dipped. Defensively, they're giving up way more goals against. They've lost 4 in a row. They desperately want to make the playoffs right there at the threshold. Sometimes you got to do some wacky things, man.
Well, and you saw Vegas, they ended up firing Bruce Cassidy. Torts comes in. They've actually done really well with John Tortorella behind the bench. Mm-hmm. And you have to wonder, too, I can't imagine that I'm blanking on his name.
DeBoer?
Yeah, Pete DeBoer would be available for that much longer in the off season. So maybe you're trying to get ahead of things. Who knows?
It's a ballsy move though for a
4 games left in the year.
First-time general manager,
and they were still in the playoff hunt too. They were in a playoff spot.
Yeah.
When they did the firing, very shocking all around.
All right, we're going to stick with hockey. We're going to talk to our guy Jeremy Rutherford, our Blues Insider with The Athletic, next on 101 ESPN.
The final college basketball game is tonight, and FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost. Build a same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout, or try live betting and jump in after the tip-off. Best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly, and it's going to be a great matchup. Michigan Wolverines versus the UConn Huskies. Michigan has been scoring a lot of points. They put a lot of points on the board. Can UConn slow them down? Can Michigan keep UConn off of the boards? It's going to be a great game. All you have to do is visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. That's FanDuel.com/local to claim your first profit boost and keep the action going now till the big championship game. FanDuel, play your game. You must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for the Rutherford Report with our Blues insider, Jeremy Rutherford, on 101 ESPN.
JR is brought to you by Evergreen Wealth Strategies, helping everyday people every day. Visit evergreen-ws.com.
It's is Fastlane on 101 ESPN 305. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line where we have our guy Jeremy Rutherford, a Blues insider with The Athletic. What's up, JR?
Not too much, boys. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, especially after last night's victory. What a performance last night against one of the top teams in the league. How much can we credit that to the Blues just playing a more simple, directive, didn't complicate the game way that translated to success?
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it, and you're right, Anthony. It was a huge win. I mean, when you go back just a few days, you're mapping out, okay, well, if you can beat San Jose and beat LA, you're right there in the thick of things. Maybe you take one on the chin at Colorado. But it unfolds differently, and they lose the two games against San Jose and LA. And then last night, like you said, they went in and I thought played a pretty clean game. And how about Robert Thomas? He's a guy who said this is going to be a massive road trip for us, and he came up huge with the hat trick. And, you know, a lot of those goals, yeah, granted, high-end plays, Jimmy Snuggerud, Dylan Holloway just playing at another level along with Thomas. But creating things and making things happen in the offensive zone. I thought the Blues were hungry last night, and Thomas finished off a few of those chances.
JR, our guy Carey wants to trade Robert Thomas. Your thoughts on that?
I just finished a notebook. I just finished a mailbag, I should say, and somebody said, what do the Blues do now with Robert Thomas, even if they were thinking about trading him? Hey, listen, I understand. We want to be clear here that the Blues were only in any world going to trade Robert Thomas if the package made just complete sense. Let's hypothetically say that the Blues were just intent on finding that right package, and if they didn't do it before the draft or before the trade deadline, they were going to do it this summer. You know, how has he changed things? Like coming back from this leg procedure and the way he's leading, the points he's putting up, and what he's doing for Holloway and Snuggerud. Carey, do you still want to trade him?
I think that I think I've seen this story before, just saw it last year. If I sit back and watch it again next year, I can't be mad at anybody but myself. So I think the Blues would consider it this offseason, especially how well he's playing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, but I think that they possibly should.
Yeah, and I think that you're probably right. They probably will consider it again this summer, and I'm sure with the way he's playing now, there'll be even more teams calling than maybe there were pre-trade deadline. But I will say this, you know, he was on a heater at the end of last season, right after the Four Nations. He led the league in points and, 40 points. But that team that was coming back this year didn't have a Jimmy Snuggerud with 40, 50, a season worth of games under his belt. Didn't have a healthy Dylan Holloway. And heck, as we find out now, even Robert Thomas wasn't completely healthy. So I just wonder. I understand what you're saying. I just wonder if there's a difference going into next season with a Robert Thomas than there was going into this season.
JR, do you just attribute the play in the second half or post-Olympic break to health? Or is it more that they just, for whatever reason, start so slow for pretty much three-fourths of the season and then they figure it out?
Yeah, I think there can be both here. I think that for whatever reason, the past 3-4 years, different coaches, didn't matter. The Blues are just slow starters. Like October, you might as well just pencil them in. Like it just doesn't come for them early in the season for whatever reason. And they need to figure that out. I know that the number of preseason games is going to get cut down because of the new CBA coming in. And, you know, I know Alexander Steen is attacking this thing head on in terms of what can they do to better prepare themselves for the start of the season. But I think that there's reasons why it's happened 2 years in a row now late for them. I just think that they get that rest, guys get healthy, they look at the standings when they come back from the break and they say, hey, this is what we need to do. Our backs are against the wall. If we don't win most nights, we're probably not going to be in this thing at the end, and it's pushed them to play better. But this year, I do think, again, like I said a moment ago, it's different than last year. You got new guys doing it this year. These young guys coming in are just really fitting in and producing.
One of those guys is Jimmy Snuggerud, who you've mentioned. Jamie's going to break down the play for us at some point, but how about the play that he made last night to set Robert Thomas up for the game-winning goal? I mean, how much hockey IQ was on display from the youngster after Brent Burns did the same thing to him earlier in the game?
just unreal. And you know, I get excited about some of these stories that I work on, and I'm working on one right now about Jimmy Snuggerud. I think it's going to come out in the next week or so. But I spoke to J.P. LaFontaine, who's his coach at Breakout Academy, 5th through 8th grade before Jimmy left. And J.P. is the nephew of Pat LaFontaine. I talked to him for about a half hour. And James, you know this, some of these coaches do this on purpose. He told me the other day that when they put scrimmage games together, they would purposely put Jimmy on a bad team. So he had to figure out a way. And he did most of the time. He found a way to get the puck across, center ice. And, even though he didn't have the level of teammates on his side in these scrimmage games, he'd figure out a way to make a play. And Anthony, that play there, I mean, you're talking about center going down the middle of the ice, a little bit of a drag there, kind of a toe drag. The defenseman goes out of the way, and Jimmy Snuggerud fake shot pass to Robert Thomas, wide open net, and it's a goal. Just a high-end play like Robert Thomas said afterwards.
JR, the goaltending has been fantastic for the Blues. Jordan Binnington's played very well. Joel Hofer has been really, really good. When you look at the rest of the schedule, does Joel Hofer get the rest of the starts, in your opinion?
Yeah, I know you got 6 games left and you got the back-to-back.
Get the one back-to-back situation, but I mean, if the Blues keep winning, if they win again on Tuesday and Thursday, and if the winning continues, do you keep going with Joel Hofer?
Yeah, I would say yes, but I know you said that it's just one back-to-back down the stretch, but I would think that they'd probably find one game for Binnington in there. Now, this is a big assumption that they just keep winning, but obviously that's what they need to do if they're going to keep this thing going and have any sort of chance. So, yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. If you win Tuesday night against Colorado again, you win Thursday against Winnipeg, you got breaks in between, you're probably going with Hofer. And if you get all the way to that back-to-back and you still haven't lost a game, I'd find it hard to go against Joel Hofer.
JR, do you think they've dug too big of a hole? I know other teams that are in front of them still have to play one another, so they're going to be 2 points gained by some of those teams in front of them. Do you think there's too big a hole for them to climb out of to actually make the playoffs this year?
Yeah, it's just tough. If you had the win over San Jose and the win over L.A., and then you followed that up with that win over Colorado, I think we'd be talking about a different story. And I know you got 1 point in overtime there in L.A., but you needed to come away with a couple, I think, out of those 2 games. And if you do, you're sitting in a different situation. So can it still be done? Yes, it can, but with the schedule and with these teams playing each other here down the stretch, somebody's guaranteed 2 points. And, I just don't see a situation unless the Blues run the table where they can pull this off.
All right, JR, we appreciate you. Thanks for the great coverage as always, and we'll check back with you again next week.
Yep, sounds good, guys. Thanks.
All right, thank you. That's Jeremy Rutherford at JP Rutherford is where you can follow him on Twitter. Does tremendous work with The Athletic covering the Blues. And yeah, it's going to be interesting here as we're winding down. Tomorrow the Blues will take on the Avalanche. Pregame at 6, puck drop at 7 right here on 101 ESPN. And then on the 9th, the Blues take on the Jets, and we'll have all that coverage for you as well. All right. The way the show broke, we didn't really get into any basketball. But Carey's therapy session starts next on 101 ESPN.
The weather is heating up, and so is all the sports action over at Circa Sports. Whether it's Major League Baseball, the NBA coming down to the play-in tournament, and then the playoffs. You got the NHL playoffs. You got golf coming up, Circus Sports. They've got it all. Circus Sports is not just sports betting. It's sports betting the way it should be. They've got high limits, player-friendly pricing, exceptional customer service, and they celebrate your wins. They don't cut you off or limit you or block you like some of the other apps do. No, they celebrate your wins, and they look forward to seeing you win even more over at Circus Sports. And all you need to do to get that great service and the best odds in the business is download the app. Go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. Download the white logo, Circus Sports. That's for the state of Missouri. And then you are ready to go. They are the best in the business at everything that they do. Love using the Circus Sports app. It is top notch. And if there is a problem, you get an actual person in customer service to help you and walk you through whatever's going on. And they will take care of you. I promise you that. So for that information, go to circusports.com. Again, that's circusports.com. They're the best in the reason. I love them. I want you to love them. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tonight we got the national championship pregame starting at 5:30 right here on 101 ESPN. So you can listen to not only the pregame but the tip-off at 7:50 as Michigan takes on UConn.
Man, Michigan, yeah. They steamrolled theirs. They were playing outstanding, weren't they, men?
Jamie called it a foregone conclusion that Michigan would win, and Jamie was right.
I didn't know it was going to be quite that beating that they put on Arizona, but...
Yeah, so here's the
Michigan
thing.
is outstanding. They score the ball better than pretty much anybody in the country.
Yeah,
you know
we'll certainly get to
Arizona,
Michigan.
you thought that they had an opportunity. Two number one seeds playing against each other in the Final Four, and Michigan took care of business, man. It was just an outstanding game by them.
Yeah, Carey, what happened to Illinois?
Huh?
We all picked Illinois, largely for you.
Blindly, just a fool,
Blindly picked Illinois for you.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of one small stretch in the first half and one stretch in the second half, they got dominated by UConn again. So, Carey, this isn't just for us and our knowledge, but for you as well. You need to get this off your chest. What the hell happened to your Illini?
Yeah, the Illini, they struggled. You know, I don't think it was as physical as some of those Big Ten games down the stretch that Illinois played. Like, they were getting beaten up late in the season in Big Ten play. I didn't feel that was the case. I felt like they didn't make the shots. They didn't make the timely rebounds, and they didn't get stops. And they were kind of chasing that game for the majority of the game. They put themselves in position a couple of times where they were within a possession or two and just were unable to get over that hump. And I think that essentially is what happened. I thought they didn't knock down the threes like they normally do. They had some good open shots, but they weren't hitting them. There were, I would say, probably 3 or 4 shots, layups, that kind of just bounced on the rim and fell off. One in particular that literally almost sat up at the base of the rim, and you were just wondering if it was going to drop. I think Stojakovic had one that rimmed in and out, like just point-blank layups that they missed repeatedly, that if you hit 2 or 3 of those, you're probably in the lead. So I felt like that those situations, time after time, there was one possession where they came down. I think it was an 8-point game, missed a 3 that rimmed out, and then UConn went right back down and knocked down a 3. Now it's an 11-point game. Like, those situations where you miss one on one end and don't get the stop on the other end, it just kind of bit them in the butt. And then there was one offensive rebound late in that game, I think with about 2 minutes left, where it was a 4-point game, and UConn missed, and they got the offensive rebound and scored. So it was just too many of those instances, in my opinion, where you don't get the points on the other end, you don't get the stop or you don't get the rebound, and you give I will take nothing away from UConn. That's a really good basketball team. They did an outstanding job. This is their third finals appearance in 4 years. So I just feel like Illinois didn't do the minor detailed things and didn't make the timely shots to win that game. And it's unfortunate because that to me was a really good basketball team, but they just didn't finish it.
Carey, you think it's a little bit of coaching here too? Because when I watched that game, and then specifically when I look at the numbers, they went 6 for 26 from the 3-point line.
That's who they are.
23. I know it's who they are, but when it's not working for you and you're in a 1-game elimination, do you pivot?
I don't think so. I think that because that's what got you there.
Yeah, but I felt like they just were like, no matter what, square peg, round hole, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's who they are. That's what they are. You expect some of those shots to go down, and again, some of those were in and out, rimmed in and out, and it's unfortunate because it's basketball. You sometimes, if you hit those shots, what do you say, 6 for 26?
Yeah.
If you go 10 for 26, you win that game. Yeah, I mean, that's 4 shots. But that's why they shoot them in the manner that they do, because they have confidence in them. And a couple of those, I mean, Keaton Wagler was throwing up a couple. He airballed one, hit one off of the backboard in the first half. Like, those were some tough shots but he played, I thought he played well as well. So, unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. And I say we, I mean us proud alums of the Fighting Illini. Didn't turn out in our favor, but I will take nothing away from this team and what they were able to do all season long.
But do you think that, you mentioned Illinois, they love to shoot the 3 ball. Do you think the venue had anything to do with that? I mean, you're playing in a football stadium. Michigan on Tuesday, Dusty May had his team at the Big House shooting 3-pointers essentially on a football field for that depth perception. Do you think that had anything to do with it?
I hate that. And I said that prior to the game. And UConn had to deal with the same adverse conditions.
So it's not. Sure. They're all doing it.
It's not like, Illinois was facing this depth perception issue and UConn wasn't. But I do hate that. Mm-hmm. I think you should play in an arena. I do think Dusty May, what he was able to do with his team, taking them to, or taking them to the Big House in Michigan's football stadium and actually practicing, because it does change your line of sight, like how you see what you see behind the basket. Everything else in a normal arena is much closer, and in that arena, I mean, it's huge in that stadium. So I do think that changes things, but I think you also have to prepare for that.
Right.
Like you have more than enough time to go to the arena, go to the stadium, and have that practice and really get yourself acclimated to what's going on. I don't think that played an impact into Illinois losing. I just think they didn't hit shots, and they didn't defend well enough in crucial moments and didn't get defensive rebounds to, stop the possession and go down on the other end and score.
Are you guys shocked that UConn came out victorious. I mean, this is what they do. And maybe we took that, we didn't take that into consideration on Friday. This is what they do. This is what they've been doing under Dan Hurley.
I won't speak for you guys. I'll just speak for myself. This is what happens when we try to bury like a really good team too early. We always we're on to the next. We're on to the next. UConn's got elite coaching. They got elite defense. Dan Hurley knows how to find the guys that match the style of play that he wants to play. And for a number 2 seed, I thought they flew under the radar going into the tournament. What did we hear? We heard Duke, we heard Michigan, we heard some Arizona. You know, people did like Illinois. Nobody was talking about UConn. Nobody.
Especially in that region, right?
Especially in that region.
Big teams in that region.
Some people thought they were going to lose in one of the first 2 rounds, let alone get to the Final Four and then a championship again. So I think that UConn, again, they play in, if they fall into the category of we're so eager to move on from a great team because they can't keep doing this, and yet they have the foundation of winning in place. And as CD mentioned, all the faults that Illinois had, UConn was just steady. Now they're going up against an absolute buzzsaw tonight. Mm-hmm. So let's discount them one more time. Let's dismiss them one more time.
I wouldn't be shocked if they won.
I wouldn't be shocked, but Michigan is
they're
so
a good team.
Good. I mean, the depth that they have, the way that they can defend, the way that they hit the three. I took Arizona thinking, well, they can match up. Nobody can match up. Nobody.
Yeah. Michigan has
SLU
3 losses.
We're going to talk about this more. SLU gave them the best game thus far. SLU gave Michigan the best game thus far.
Yeah, I think I don't believe that UConn. I think Michigan is the best team. They have been pretty much all year long. They've been outstanding. The game that they lost, the big matchup that they had against Duke that they lost, it was a 5-point loss to them. But that was a really good game.
That was at Cameron Indoor.
I think it was a neutral site.
Okay.
I don't think it was at Cameron. I don't think so. I
know they weren't home.
Yeah, I don't think it was at Cameron. But I do think that it was a good game. Michigan lost that game, but they have been pretty much one of the better teams all season long, finding a way, and they just score.
Mm-hmm.
Like they score. It's going to be hard to stop them. If you can eliminate some of that scoring and eliminate second chance opportunities, UConn will have a chance.
Good luck.
They're big. They got bigs. They got out perimeter play. Like they are a really good basketball team, and I think they're going to score 85 to 90 points tonight.
I can see.
But to Carey's point, too, Lindenborg, who is hobbling around on like one leg, just buried a 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Arizona, they started to make their comeback too.
Yeah.
They were finding their game in that first half, and then Michigan buried them.
Yep.
It wasn't even close.
They blew out a team that had the talent to win it all. I don't even know if they played their best game necessarily. Multiple ways to win. Depth is there. Good luck tonight if you're UConn. But again, we've been saying this throughout the course of the tournament. We've been dismissing UConn the entire time. So who would be shocked if they pulled it off outside of Carey?
I hope it's a close game.
It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. We'll have our predictions for the final game. I'm just going to keep going. National Championship predictions here on 101 ESPN. That'll be at 5 o'clock. We got our Sports Six-Pack next, part 1. 314-399-9646 of the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you have any questions for us, send it in. We'll answer them next on 101 ESPN. You won't find better deals right now than at Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum. So if you're looking for your next new ride, you're going to find it out in Herculaneum, Missouri. Why am I so confident? Well, they have over 1,000 new and used vehicles in one location. So let's just start there. In one location out in Herculaneum, right off I-55, just minutes from South County, you'll find over 1,000 new and used vehicles at Auto Centers Nissan. That kind of selection doesn't exist anywhere else, and their vehicles will not last long because the deals this month are incredible. New Rogue, Pathfinder, Murano, and Frontier models are eligible for 0 payments for 6 months, 0 money down, and 0% APR for 60 months. If you're not in the market for a brand new vehicle, why don't you check out the remaining 2025 models that they have because they've been discounted up to $11,000 off MSRP. Every new Nissan also includes a 30-day return promise. If you're not in the market for a brand new vehicle or a 2025 model, they've got other makes and models there. They've got select used vehicles that qualify for zero down and no payments for 3 months. And right now, if you go to AutoCentersNissan.com, every vehicle on their website is eligible for up to $1,000 in additional savings. And you'll see those savings, too, because all you have to do after you select your vehicle, hit the green Claim My Buyer's Bonus button, and you'll lock in your savings instantly. No gimmicks, no special qualifications. That's what you'll find at AutoCentersNissan.com. When you do head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan.
.101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Blues take down the Colorado Avalanche last night by a final score of 3-2. Robert Thomas with a hat trick. The Blues will take on the Avalanche once again tomorrow night, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. The Cardinals back in action tonight, taking on the Washington Nationals. They avoid the sweep in Detroit. Andre Palante will be on the mound. 5:45 first pitch. Coming up next, we have our Sports Six-Pack, so get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We will answer your questions next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Time for the Sports Six-Pack, 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Andrew Marsh is question 1.
Question number 1.
All right, from the 314, do you guys think Jordan Walker batting cleanup will either propel him to be a cleanup hitter or too much pressure for him, sending him backwards again?
I don't know. I think he's had all the pressure people can stand. You know what I mean? I think his pressure being highly touted as he has been. I think his pressure playing Major League Baseball. I think his pressure, whether he's batting 7th, 2nd, 4th. I think there's always going to be pressure on him because of the expectations of him. And I was just looking at something. He's 23 right now. Shohei Ohtani came into the. I'm not comparing him to Shohei, so stop it, Jamie. You did that earlier.
I didn't say anything. You said it.
Shohei Ohtani was 23 in his first year in Los Angeles. Like I was listening to BK and Tanner earlier. JJ Weatherholt is a few months, I think, younger than Jordan Walker is right now. So the expectations have been lofty. He's maturing into a better player. I think the play discipline has grown. I think also when he started the season this year, you can visibly tell that he lost weight. Like you could tell, maybe not lost weight, but his body is redefined, and that also helps. Like when you're taking care of your body, it's something about being disciplined and doing all of the things that are required to be a professional athlete, that when you do those things, other things tend to fall in place. When you're able to push the food away, when you're able to get up and work extra, when you're able to, and then you start to realize, oh crap, everything else falls in line. Now I'm disciplined not only in this aspect of my life, but I can be disciplined at the plate as well. And so all of those things kind of tie together. I don't think that there's an added level of pressure on him because I think that there's been an immense amount of pressure on him since he walked into the big leagues his rookie season.
Yeah, I think Carey's right. I also think that if you're going to be somebody that can hit in the middle of the order, then you have to accept that pressure and know that you can handle it. So if we're sitting here talking about, we're moving him up, that'll cause too much pressure, then he won't perform well. Well, then he's just going to be a 6-7 hitter the entire time. He's 6-7.
They're not doing that anymore, I think.
I don't think so.
The younger kids got tired of us doing it.
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
And
congrats to us then.
Yeah,
We did it.
here, this is
Congrats to
us.
us.
Yes.
We did
Nice
it.
job.
all of us boomers. We took care of that in a hurry.
Are we a boomer?
Way to go,
We're
guys.
millennials.
The kids call us boomers, though.
You might be Gen X, though. I think I'm a millennial.
Okay, boomer.
That's my kids do. Okay, that was a boomer comment.
Whatever, Pops.
Oh, it was it? Well, your comment was a loser comment.
Loser. L7 weenie, Anthony.
L7 weenie.
Dodger dog.
Question 2, please.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Question number 2.
All right, from the 314, what is Jimmy Snuggerud's ceiling in terms of point total?
Ew. Well, I think he's a 60 to 70 point player. Hopefully he sticks that where the sun don't shine and he goes 80 to 90 to 100 points. I would love to see that for Jimmy Snuggerud, but I just think that's probably where he's at.
I mean, if he keeps making plays like last night, you would have to think that number would be high.
You would think.
You want to go over that play?
I think we should. So Jamie broke this down in the office, which was awesome. And I said, hey, why don't we bring this on air? And Jamie's always so good at, even if he doesn't have a telestrator and a visual aspect of it, you do a great job of doing it over.
Now
over
the pressure's on.
You're Jordan Walker. You can handle it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So earlier in the game, Jimmy Snuggerud had a 2-on-1, very similar situation, and he was waiting for the right opportunity to pass the puck. And Eric Johnson, who was on the call, who I think he does a really good
great job. Yeah.
He talked about Brent Burns going full body slide on the ice, and then did the old helicopter move, came around and knocked the puck away. And so that's a very veteran play by Brent Burns. The full body slide done correctly can almost nullify any 2-on-1 play. Later in the game, Jimmy Snuggerud coming down again. Now, different player at this point, but he's on a 2-on-1, very similar situation. The player goes full body slide. And instead of trying to make a quick play, because that's your instincts usually are, I got to make a quick play, or I got to sauce it over him quick. But when the player is coming at you at that speed and you go to sauce it over, very seldom can you land that. Just the way the trajectory is, you have to get it up too quick and it keeps going over top the player's stick. Jimmy Snuggerud, there's only one play you can make in that situation, is where you toe drag it back, protect the puck, get your left leg out in front to block the player's stick from being able to poke the puck from you. And you got to be patient on that play and then make your move after. And that's what Jimmy Snuggerud did in real time. So this is happening. It's a tie game. The pressure's on. He's coming in 2-on-1. He's obviously looking to make a really good play. This player goes full body slide, and he has the hockey IQ in that moment to remember what he did last time was wrong. What he's going to do this time is be patient, pull that puck back, protect it with his front leg, and then get past that player and make a play. Whether he's going to shoot the puck or pass it at that point, that's up to him. But to me, when I watch that play, I go, that is high-level hockey IQ because it's happening so fast. And he made a great play. Obviously, it ends up being the game-winning goal, Robert Thomas's hat-trick goal. Just, to me, spoke volumes about what this player's capable of doing.
Amen. All right, Marcy, question 3.
Question number 3.
All righty. From the Waterboy, another Blues question. We've been talking about Booch, Kyrou, and Thomas having long-term deals and no trade clauses that Army gave them. My question, who will be the first Blues player to get a long-term deal from Alexander Steen? Is it Jimmy Snuggerud? Is it Joel Hofer? Who could that be?
Dylan Holloway.
Yeah, I would give it to him now.
Agreed. Well, because he's going to be a restricted free agent. So Jimmy Snuggerud, you still have next year as well before you have to worry about a contract for him. Joel Hofer, you have next year as well. So there's no rush to get to the negotiation table. For Dylan Holloway, he becomes a restricted free agent this year. So you're going to want to get something in place sooner than later. Not that I think he would do an offer sheet again with another team, but you never know. At $2.2 million, if he plays the way he's playing right now, he's a massive bargain for the Blues. That number is going to go up substantially. What does it look like as far as an extension is concerned? It's 6 or more years at $8 or more million, I think. I think that's the kind of player that he is. Maybe you mix it up a little and have a couple of years of $7 million and you have a $9 million on the end. I think the average AAV has to be somewhere around the $8 million mark. That's what Broberg got. Starting next year, he's at the $8 million mark, I believe, for 6 years. So I think to me, that's the first one that Steen has to deal with.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. We've got the second part of the Sports Six-Pack coming up. So if you got any questions, make sure you send them into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack next.
Well, we all have home projects that we'd like to accomplish. How about you remodeling your kitchen, your bathroom, or maybe your outdoor living space? If you're doing that, call E&B Granite. They're the best in the business. They've got over 2 decades of family ownership and operation here in the St. Louis area. And I had my kitchen redone by E&B Granite a couple of years ago. It was a great experience. Highly recommend you going down to 6135 Manchester Avenue. That's where the showroom is, and they've got an in-house design staff member that'll help you out there. What's great is they have all the countertops on site, so you can walk into the back of the warehouse and you can look at all the different kinds of countertop, all the different styles, the colors, the patterns, everything. It's right there for you. And then they have all the samples for cabinets as far as the wood or the color, and then the flooring as well. They've got something for everyone, and they've got something for everybody's budget as well. And that's where where E&B Granite does their best work, is they maximize your budget for you. The technicians are fantastic at what they do. I couldn't believe how amazing my kitchen looked, which is why I need you guys to get down there and talk to E&B Granite if you're remodeling, again, your kitchen, your bathroom, or even some of those outdoor living spaces, or even if you've got a bar that you're putting together in the basement, you need a nice countertop for it, call E&B Granite. They'll do an amazing job for you. So please give them a call at 314-645-9300. That's 314-645-9300, or you can always visit enbgranite.com.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for part 2 of the Sports Six Pack. Plenty of time for you to get your questions in right now to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Marshy, question 4, please.
Question number 4.
All right, this one comes from the 618. When is the Riz Show going to fulfill their punishment for losing the Pick'em Challenge?
Man, I've been asking that question for a while now.
We've given them some dates. Some dates didn't work for them, so we're trying to figure that out. I like to think that they wouldn't duck their responsibilities. They usually don't.
So you're saying if all of them can't be there, then Riz has to do it by himself?
I didn't say it,
I think
but I
that's
will
what you said.
co-sign on what you just said. Yeah.
I mean, if the rest of them can't be there, the Rizzuto Show.
Well, here's my point on this is they all show up for their own show, right?
It's amazing.
So then, based on the fact that you lost the bet, this show becomes your show that day too.
Yeah.
Which means you should be able to. Should be no conflict.
Whatever day you're all there,
yeah,
you should all be here.
Well, let's impose a deadline on this. Let's say in the next 2 weeks, or they have to do 2 days.
Wow.
It's not a bad idea.
I ain't mad at that at all.
Yeah.
Can I also throw out maybe Major League Baseball All-Star Week?
And
that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
Actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
That is not a bad idea at all.
It's not a bad idea.
June?
It's July.
Mid-July.
It's a ways away.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much content during that time that I hate to give it up.
Right.
However.
Yeah, Monday that week would be
Marsh, we're so mad at you for that, but
that'd be tough,
you already
man.
said it, so I think that's probably a good week to do it.
It's perfect, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll talk about it more.
Yeah, we certainly will, but we don't know. They've been ducking us.
Ducking and dodging.
They need to do their combine too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we need to reach out to one of these great schools, set up a day. I don't know, what you guys feel? A Saturday good? That interfere with the Falcons or the Black Sox? I'm just asking. We need to look
I say they have to do it right after their show. They get off the air at 10 a.m.
Well, then that'd be a little bit tough at a high school, grown people out there running at a
I think
school.
it's even better. And we organize with the school so that the kids can watch them too. That's my vision for this, was lots of
But
eyeballs
then we have
on
to
this
go to
thing.
work.
Kids want to see.
So?
How
We got to go to work anyways.
How about?
Don't worry, Carey. We go on there at 2.
I know what time we get here.
Do you?
Generally.
I know what time the show starts.
But if we did it at like 10:30, quarter to 11,
2:05.
Plenty of time to get here.
What time is their show over?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.?
When the kids get out at lunch, they can all come and watch and cheer on the Rizzuto Show.
Not a bad thought.
I don't disagree with that either.
Yeah. We got some ideas. I think let's get it to their lawyers and let's make it happen.
Must be nice having no consequence for losing.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You just get to duck your responsibilities.
No kidding. I remember diving into a frigid lake at one point, Jamie. Don't you?
Really?
Yeah. And hosting their show once.
Yeah. They say that the ratings were never higher than that day.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't know what they meant by that, but
Record-setting performance, I think they said. Yeah.
yeah, they loved us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who the hell are these guys?
Are they complaining?
Why is
Some of them were complaining.
We don't want to hear
Couldn't
about
tell
this.
if it was a joke or on purpose.
It might have been a mixture.
Might have been a little bit of both.
Go ahead, Marsh.
Question number 5.
In DeBoer we trust.
Oh, boy.
Wants to know.
Maybe.
Is the Nathan Church experiment over?
No.
No, unfortunately.
Oh, Jamie.
What? I'm saying what people are thinking.
What do you mean?
Come on, man.
Yes, he's fast. Yes, he plays pretty good defense. That's it. At least Victor Scott has brought in the bunt to his arsenal. And he is laying that bunt down, and he's making a difference. I don't know what the Church boy's doing there.
Church boy.
I don't know what he's doing. I liked him last year. Good defense. He's a defensive replacement, I believe is what they'd call that, Anthony.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, you do have some options. Not that Nelson Velasquez has done anything.
You got a hit the other day.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, then bring him up.
I said a hit, Anthony.
Again, I don't know if you've got great replacements right now. He does have speed, plays a good defense. Maybe he's just in an early slump, Jamie.
I mean, it's only
back off him.
Oh, okay. Let's see how you feel about that another couple weeks from now.
Back off him. He'll be fine. Okay. Marshy?
Question number 6.
From the 636, do you think with what appears to be the emergence of Robert Thomas as a leader for this team, that Jake Neighbors becomes more of a trade piece and a point to Thomas being the next captain?
We're trading Jake Neighbors now? What? Why?
He's either a captain, Jamie, or you got to get rid of him.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's. I actually don't think that's a thing. He can be an assistant captain. He can be a non-captain. He's allowed to be all those things and play on your team. Yeah, I'm not trading Jake Neighbors. I don't see why you would. Is he having the greatest stretch of his career right now? No, he's not. But you know what he is, and he's part of your. To me, he's part of the fabric of your team. I'm not trading that guy. Not unless I'm getting one hell of a return for it.
I agree.
I mean, every player is tradable, but I'm not actively seeking a trade for Jake Neighbors just because we think Robert Thomas is now emerging as the captain. I mean, who cares?
But you are listening, though.
I hear Army's listening.
Hearing, Army's interested.
Yeah. That, by the way, the same
Hearing
guy
Army's answering phone calls.
The same guy who puts all those things out there had a comment last week that was just buffoonery.
What do you got?
He said that he would put some of the top college teams could give a run to the lowest teams in the NHL.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think this person forgot that all the guys that are on those teams that are in the lowest spot, like the bottom of the NHL, were all the best players on their college teams. Yeah. So really, really dumb comment. But I'm hearing he's feeling much better this week.
Well, good.
Hearing the Riz show is available this week.
Good.
Do the fast lane.
Excellent.
Hearing.
Scott Rizzuto taking calls. He's listening.
It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. We got a returning Gauntlet contestant. It's Jake. Joey, excuse me. Joey beat me.
So much disrespect.
Well, he beat me. I'm upset. So Joey will take on either Marsh, Carey, or Jamie next on 101 ESPN.
4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
403, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome Joey back for round 2 of the Gauntlet. What's up, Joey?
Not too much. How you guys doing?
Doing all right, man. Hope your Easter was great. Hope you had a good weekend, and you ready to rock?
It's all good. It's all good thing.
Good.
Good.
All right, so you knocked off me on Friday, setting the table for you to take on either Andrew Marsh, Carey, or Jamie. Who would you like to go with next?
I'm gonna welcome Carey back with a chance to play trivia.
Carey Davis.
Good luck, Joey.
Thank you, sir. You too.
All right, Carey's on his way to the Cone of Silence. Joey, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel.
All right, I did not hear if you mentioned this or not on Friday. Do you have a certain topic that you want?
Yeah, I wanted hockey. I'll still take hockey.
Okay.
It is not hockey.
It is not hockey.
It's actually a category that I believe you did not want on Friday.
Well, that's good. Football.
Give me that football.
Oh, okay. Football.
Yes, the football.
Joey. No. Football.
Yeah. Foot.
That's what he said.
No, he said football.
Why do you need to
different.
call it football over here? Like, I can see the real football because you're using your feet.
Of course, yeah, naturally. Yeah. I don't know.
I do better than that one.
Yeah.
That's actually question number 1. No, I'm kidding.
Imagine if it was. Oops.
All right. You're going to get, Joey, 4 football-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Fernando Mendoza threw an FBS high 41 touchdown passes last season. But who led the Big Ten with 3,711 passing yards?
I have no idea. I'll take the options.
All right. Jaden Maiava, Luke Altmaier, or Dante Moore?
Which one of them is on Oregon?
Dante Moore was on Oregon.
Let's go Dante Moore.
Wow, Anthony, you gave him more than I thought you would.
Well, yeah. Joey humbled me on Friday, gave me a lot to think about over the weekend, and I'd like to think that I came back a better man.
Yeah.
There you go. I didn't think you'd answer that.
Wow.
Good point. All right, question 2. For how many different teams has Sam Darnold played during his 8-year NFL career?
All right. Jets, Vikings, Seahawks. Probably. I think he was on the Rams for like half a week. And maybe someone else. So I'm going to say 5.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Question number 3. Whose number 32 jersey was retired by the Steelers at halftime of their December 24th, 2022 primetime game versus the Raiders?
This year? The last season?
I'll reread the question. Whose number 32 jersey was retired by the Steelers at halftime of their December 24th, 2022 primetime game versus the Raiders?
Number 32?
Number 32.
I feel like Carey's going to know that. I'll go. I'm going to guess Jerome Bettis. Final answer.
All right, Joey, last question. Where do the Washington Commanders currently play, as in what is the name of their stadium?
It used to be RFK, but it's probably not, so I'll take the option.
Northwest Stadium, Bank of America Stadium, or Everbank Stadium?
I'll say Everbank Stadium.
Final answer?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring back Carey from the Cone of Silence. Joey, how you feeling?
We'll see.
All right. Carey's Carey's kind of probably still nursing the wounds from the Illinois game, so we'll see what's going on here. Look at Carey.
He played for one. That helps.
What's that?
He played for the Steelers.
Yeah. All right. So, Carey, ready to rock and roll?
Ready to roll, man.
Okay. Your category today is football.
Back a lunch.
Question 1. Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Fernando Mendoza threw an FBS high 41 touchdown passes last season. About 30 of them came against Illinois. You were there.
Oh, wow.
It was only like 6. First thing it actually was 6.
But who led the Big Ten with 3,711 passing yards?
Ooh, that is a good question, Anthony. Oh man, what is the kid's name in Oregon? It's either Jaden Mayava, kid at Oregon, who I cannot. I'm dropping his name right now. Who led the Big Ten? You said.
Who led the Big Ten with 3,711 passing yards?
What is his name?
That's what we're asking.
I'm going to need the options because I can't remember his name.
Your options are...
Dante! I asked for him. Go ahead.
Jaden Mayava, Luke Altmaier, Dante Moore.
Dante Moore. I knew it. After I asked for the options, it popped into my head. Now the question is it Jaden Mayava or Dante Moore? I didn't need the options. Damn it. Let's go with Dante Moore. Final answer. I'm mad at myself.
Question 2. For how many different teams has Sam Darnold played during his 8-year NFL career?
That's a good question. Jets, Panthers, 49ers. Sam Darnold?
That's correct.
Okay. Vikings, Seahawks, Jets, Panthers, 49ers, Vikings, Dolphins. Not Dolphins. Super Bowl team, Seahawks. Is it 5? Am I missing one, Marshy?
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Let's go with 5. Final answer.
Question number 3. Whose number 32 jersey was retired by the Steelers at halftime of their December 24th, 2022 primetime game versus the Raiders?
Only 32 I can think of is Franco Harris. Can you repeat the question? Sometimes I don't listen to the questions well.
Whose number 32 jersey was retired by the Steelers at halftime of their December 24th, 2022 primetime game versus the Raiders?
Franco Harris, which would make sense since it was the Raiders. Final answer.
All right, final question. Where do the Washington Commanders currently play? As in, what is the name of their stadium?
Oh, hell, that's a Marshy question.
Yeah. Good call.
Man.
Anthony would know it, too. He likes stadiums.
I do.
I might know it if I get the options.
Your options are Northwest Stadium, Bank of America Stadium, or Everbank Stadium.
No, it ain't Bank of America. That's Carolina. Northwest
Stadium or Everbank
Let's
Stadium.
go with Everbank. Final answer.
All right, let's go over these. Shall we? Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Fernando Mendoza threw an FBS high 41 touchdown passes last season. But who led the Big Ten with 3,711 passing yards? Joey, with the options, went with Dante Moore. Carey, who couldn't think of Dante Moore's name and then had asked for the options, went with Dante Moore. Correct answer is...
Dante Moore, certainly an option. Jaden Mayava.
Jaden Mayava was the correct answer, though. Jaden Mayava. So we get a 0-0 tie. For how many different teams has Sam Darnold played during his 8-year NFL career? Carey said 5. Joey said 5. Correct answer is
5.
It is 5. You didn't miss one. Jets, Panthers, 49ers, Vikings, and Seahawks. Neither of you needed the options. We're all knotted up at 2. Where do the Washington Commanders currently play? Carey with the options went Everbank Stadium. Joey said Everbank Stadium. Correct answer is
Northwest Stadium.
Everbank Stadium is.
Oh, gosh. Who is that?
Oh, no. Marshy.
Everbank.
Northwest, I just thought northwest of the United States.
Everbank is that the Broncos?
No.
Everbank. Jags. Everbank. Give me a hint.
You already said it.
Jags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jags. All right. So again, we're all tied up 2-2.
I better have got this one right.
Comes down to this. Whose number 32 jersey was retired by the Steelers at halftime of their December 24th, 2022 primetime game versus the Raiders? Joey, without the option, said Jerome Bettis.
He was 36.
Carey, without the option, said Franco Harris.
Yeah.
Joey.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Joey, you kind of figured that was the one that was going to cost you. Sorry, man.
Yeah, that's all right. No, that's all good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's fun. Have a good day.
Congrats,
Good job, Joey.
congrats
Good job,
on the win on Friday, and thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys. Good show. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, take
Thanks,
care. Yeah, Carey, got it done there.
Good boy, Carey.
I almost shouldn't have taken the options. I just should have went with Jaden Mayava.
You did say him first.
I did. But then I thought about Dante, and I couldn't remember his last name. Dante, what is... Nah. And immediately after I asked for the options, I'm like, Dante.
Mm-hmm.
It was too late. Then I talked myself into saying Dante.
I feel like we gotta avoid the questions that we more than likely know the answer
Well,
to.
but hey, that's the...
Which ones?
It's like asking Jamie who his D partner was.
Okay.
Which team? Which year?
That's fair.
But in fairness, in random, I only want flavors at Dairy Queen then of Blizzards. So, stuff that I know.
Well, yeah.
Instead of like geography
if
and
it was
things.
Hey, you got that one right.
I did.
He did.
Would you all have known the Franco Harris one?
I would have.
Yes.
Oh. Well, 32. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have guessed wrong on Jaden Mayava.
You'd have thought Dante Moore?
I would have said Dante Moore, if I'm being honest. Yeah. And the Commanders one would have thrown me.
That one threw me. I had no clue.
I didn't know they changed the name.
They just changed, right?
What was it?
Yeah, it was FedEx. FedEx Stadium. I probably would have said FedEx.
Yeah, I didn't know they changed it. I had no clue.
Nice job, Carey.
Thank you.
Hey, at the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk to Chris Long. Old friend from the St. Louis Rams. Of course, won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, doing great work on he does a podcast and things like that. Just overall great dude. So we're going to talk to Chris Long at the bottom of the hour. Coming up next, do the Cardinals already have an identity this early in the season? We'll dive into that next on 101 ESPN. Yeah, Jamie walked in today and he started talking about his garage door and, after going to Kansas City, having some issues getting in the garage door. He's like, what's the name of your guys? I said, Don's Garage Doors. I said, come on, Jamie, don't wait until you're locked out of your garage, your home, to make sure that your garage door is serviced correctly. And Jamie looked at me and goes, Anthony, that's great advice. Thank you very much. And I'm going to give you the same advice that I gave Jamie. Right now, less than $30, $29.95 tune-up from Don's Garage Door could potentially save you from a huge issue down the road. That's the one that Jamie's going to go with. So when it comes to your garage door, it might not be a spring that goes out. It might be something else. It could be a simple fix early, and then you can avoid having the big cost down the road. Maybe you're actually in the market for a new garage door, and you want to go with the pros. Go with the best. Go with Don's Garage Door. So any grinding, squeaking, popping, any noise that means that something's going on, don't try to fix it yourself, because the garage door weighs hundreds of pounds, the largest moving part of your home. You don't want to lose a limb because you think that you can be, some hero garage door guy. Go with the great technicians at Don's Garage Doors. Book today at 866-4-DON'S Door. Again, 866-4 Don's Door. Or go to donsgaragedoors.com. Tell them Stalter sent you. Again, in 10 minutes, we'll talk to old buddy Chris Long. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The Cardinals dropped 2 of 3 against the Tigers, but did win last night's game to salvage the 3-game set. Do the Cardinals already have an identity? We're only a certain portion through the games as of right now, but does it feel as though that the Cardinals are developing an identity? It doesn't have to necessarily be, we're a home run team, we're a pitching and defense team. It could be something else. I mean, do you guys feel like there's a identity forming as you watch these games?
So far, I do. I think the identity is they just don't quit.
I honestly agree. I agree. That's where I was
right from game one
heading.
The very first game of the season, they didn't quit. They came back and won that game, and they just keep doing the same thing. Now they're falling short a couple times in their comebacks, but at least the push is there.
Yeah, they're never out of it.
The other team can't put it on cruise control.
I agree. They're a very gritty bunch, and I don't know if that's just they're kind of playing with house money because the low expectations.
Maybe it's the young enthusiasm as well.
Don't know what they don't know. They don't know they're supposed to be bad.
Yeah, or they're excited to be at the ballpark every day. Mm-hmm. And every at-bat is fun. Every out is fun. It's a different vibe. Sometimes you get a locker room full of veteran guys, and although it can be great, it can also become very stale because they've been playing the game for so long, especially the sport of baseball. 162 games a year. We're down by 4 runs, bottom of the third or whatever it is.
Get them tomorrow.
You know what? It just... It's 1 of 162.
Right.
Yeah, you just start to think that way. And the young guys are like, oh, no, man, this is awesome.
Well, to your point, Jamie, and I think that's a really great point because if you're a young player, every single at-bat matters.
Yeah.
You're trying to stay. Player. Yeah, you're trying to either stay in the lineup or stay at the big league level or prove yourself. You're not giving away any at-bats. You're in the 7th inning, it's 7-1. It doesn't matter. You're trying to have the best at-bat possible, whereas if you're one of these veteran players before, it's like, back of the baseball card's going to be there at the end. Not that you want to give away at-bats, but maybe there's something to that.
I think there's a certain level of, not complacency, but you're like,
You're not grinding the sticks either, Carey. I was watching some of the highlights of the Diamondbacks and Braves, and Arenado actually booted a pretty routine ball, and I'm like, man, that's not him. And you could tell he was seething. Mm-hmm. You're a veteran team, one that's kind of on its last legs like the Cardinals have been. Maybe it's a point where you're just the expectations for yourself are too high, and you're falling flat.
Yeah, I think this team is proven so far that they'll do whatever it takes to win. We talked about the sacrifice flies in the first game. We talked about, Victor Scott laying down bunts, sacrifice bunts. They're trying to find ways to manufacture runs, to do whatever is required. It's not the philosophy of baseball, which I hate, is we're going to hit a home run or we're going to strike out. I think they all understand who they are and what they need to do to win games, and they're finding ways to do it. And that, to me, is exciting. Playing the game the right way, getting on base, utilizing your speed in the batter's box. If you're Victor Scott, if you're Nathan Church, when he gets those opportunities, Jordan Walker has done it. I think they all are showing the capability to play the game the right way, and that, to me, is fun. Will they win 85 games? I have no clue. But they are exciting to watch because, as Jamie said, they're not going to quit. Mm-hmm. They're not going to lay down and just say, okay, we're down by X number of runs. Dustin May gives up 7 on Saturday, and you're like, here we go, and Jordan Walker hits a grand slam. Now it's 7-6. Yeah. Now you're right back into the game. So everybody is, in my opinion, especially through the lineup, is doing the best that they can and doing the best that they can in order to find ways to get runners in. And I think that, for me, is exciting to watch.
I think the offense has an identity. I'm still waiting for it. On the pitching side of things, I think there's a few pitches where you feel comfortable, but for me, every single out on the mound feels like a struggle.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just like, oh my gosh, how are they going to get out of this inning? There's always traffic. It seems like there's always traffic on base. It just seems like a struggle at this point, minus a few pitchers in the starting rotation in the back half of the bullpen. But I think the offense has definitely found their identity. The question is, can that work for 162 games, and can you execute it? You got to get on, and you got to get runners in.
Yeah.
Can you execute that? How many runners are you going to leave on base all day? Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's high. the runners in scoring position numbers sometimes aren't great.
Yeah.
But when they're clicking, it does look pretty good, and I can see that, okay, they have found their identity.
Absolutely. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We're going to cut this one a little short to make sure that we get on time, or we are on time for our guy, Chris Long. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. So we'll dive into not only one of the foundations that he has here. He's still connected and active in St. Louis with one of his foundations. So we'll talk to him what he has going on about with the St. Louis end zone. But we'll also dive into some of the happenings around the NFL off-season wise, and you know what? Hell, we can get anything with Chris Long because he's a balanced dude overall. So Chris Long next on 101 ESPN. You know, Jamie, one of the things that we always love to brag about with our guy Stewie is that he takes care of our veterans.
Yes,
and
always.
Stewie's on the line right now, and Stewie, I know that it's kind of a point of pride for you to make sure that you're taking care of our veterans, and especially educating them on different kind of veteran loans that they have.
Yeah, you know what, guys? We really need to take that extra step. Anytime you see a veteran, thank them. You don't know what they've been through for our country, and I think very, very, very often they're not appreciated. And one of the things that our country does for these veterans is VA loans. They're very forgiving when it comes to credit scores. You can get up to 90% of the value of your property cash out, all with the bagel loan, no closing costs. And on top of that, you'll never pay PMI, which is mortgage insurance. We're refinancing a veteran right now. He's been on the sideline for close to a year. He's embarrassed. He got into a bunch of debt. His credit score is low. We're consolidating all his debt. We're saving over $2,000 a month for him in cash flow, and his rate's going down more than 0.75%. This is a great opportunity. He just didn't know he can do it. Here he is with us. We're closing in 2.5 weeks. He's going to be way ahead of the game. Quality of life improved. Thank you, veterans, for everything you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is an opportunity to make your life better. Let us do it for you.
Yes, thank you, veterans, for all that you have done for us. And right now, pick up the phone. If you're a veteran or you know of a veteran, so maybe a friend of yours or relative, pick up the phone and call Stewie. His personal cell phone number is 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
Don't procrastinate. Stewie can work miracles for you, and he'll try every single time. I promise you that. But you got to call him or you got to text him. Anthony, if they can't remember that number, what can they do?
You can always Google the bagel loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great day, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Chris Long, former Rams defensive end and two-time Super Bowl winner, is set to join us next, so stay tuned for that. The Blues, with a huge win over the Colorado Avalanche last night, they'll take on the Avs once again tomorrow. Pregame for that one starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. And the Cardinals back in action tonight going up against the Washington Nationals. Andre Palante on the mound. First pitch at 5:45. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Chris Long is set to join us here in a couple of minutes. We do need a new Beat the Streak contestant. So if you want to play Beat the Streak, you can text in BTS or Beat the Streak if you want to spell it out to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Beat the Streak is where we can select one player from tonight's Cardinals lineup, either Cardinals or in this case Nationals, to get a hit. And if you're correct, you'll come back tomorrow and can try to continue that streak. And right now, Marsh has the record with, 18, Marsh? I think you said 18 the other day.
I believe it's 18.
18, yeah.
I can do a double check.
No.
Yeah, so many he forgets.
So many he forgets.
You don't forget that.
Yeah, it's 18.
I don't blame him. One bit. Chris Long is one of my favorite players to cover here in St. Louis. Just an overall great dude, great human being, and somebody that continues to be active here in St. Louis. And we'll talk to him about his foundation when he joins us. But between him and James Laurinaitis, not that there weren't many others, those two guys, just to kind of talk football with them after practices or after training camp sessions was always a pleasure.
Yeah, defensively, those two guys were the mainstays. You knew that they were going to show up. They were going to play every single day. I think Chris didn't miss a game. He didn't miss a game his first 6 or 7 years here in St. Louis, and I think he missed a few games the last couple of years. But just outstanding football player. Come from a long line of, his father, obviously a Hall of Famer, brother played in the NFL. Like, I want to talk to him about that upbringing in that house with you and your brother, making it to the NFL, following the footsteps of your Hall of Fame father. How did that take place? And what were those, those fights and those moments playing against each other? Offensive lineman, his brother he's a defensive lineman. Right. So I'm sure they had plenty of battles growing up. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
what are the conversations like now around the dinner table?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, he beat me to it, too, because his brother was an offensive lineman. Howie obviously was a defensive lineman. Chris, a defensive lineman.
He was a nutcase.
He was awesome. He was great. He played for the Raiders. The Raiders. Way back when they were the Raiders. Yeah. All right, let's head to the Callier and Thompson phone line with Super Bowl champion Carey Davis, former Blues defenseman Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Again, let's head to the Callier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by two-time Super Bowl champion and a good dear friend of ours, Chris Long. What's up, Chris?
What's up, y'all? How are you?
We're doing great. We always appreciate getting an opportunity to chat with you. We know how connected you are still to St. Louis. First and foremost, before we dive into the football stuff, you got your Chris Long Foundation's Ed Zone. It's an initiative to be active here in St. Louis through basic necessities and programs. So what are you doing with your foundation?
Yeah, so we love the opportunity to continue working in St. Louis. There's a couple of years after I retired where I was kind of getting my ducks in a row where I could get back, and now I'm excited because we've launched this Ed Zone initiative in St. Louis and in 4 target St. Louis middle schools, and they're basically, as you alluded to, ways to get essential needs items in the hands of kids that need them discreetly and in a way that these kids can have dignity when they walk into the classroom and just have a chance to succeed. There are things like, hygiene items, shampoo, soap, toothbrushes, toothpaste, coats in the winter, shoes without holes in them, all types of stuff, kind of soup to nuts. And I look at it like, I always use this kind of clumsy metaphor, but it's as a football player, it kind of works as like if it's hard enough to make plays on the football field and to succeed, but like imagine going out there without your equipment. Mm-hmm. And that's the way I liken it to a lot of what these kids are dealing with. And, what kind of inspired me to get involved in the ed stuff was, I went to a very good school and I had tutors and all that stuff. And school was intimidating for me and it was a struggle. And I think of myself as a pretty smart guy, but like, I struggled in school, and a lot of it was my confidence. And, I can only imagine being in a school that's A, underfunded, and B, like you just don't have the things you need when you take the field, so to speak, every day. So it's been a joy getting involved. And we work in my hometown in Charlottesville, worked in Philadelphia, and really excited, my home away from home in St. Louis as well, to get back to work there.
Yeah, Chris, I mean, I know why I retired here in St. Louis, having been, born in Canada, played all over the place, but retired here in St. Louis. I love the city. But for you, what was it that inspired you to want to come back here with this foundation and make a difference here in the city of St. Louis?
Well, for me, it's simple. I mean, I love the place. Number one, anytime you spend 8 years somewhere, you feel kind of indebted to the community. Everybody kind of welcomed me with open arms, and also you just live somewhere. You get used to the people, and you kind of get an appreciation for what it's about living in St. Louis, and I loved it. And I think for me, what colored it in was our team struggled. Just to be straight up about it, like we failed on the field as a team, whether we were 1-15 or 2-14, or we did that for a number of years. And then, Coach Fish comes in and we've got some really good defenses and, but we just couldn't get over the hump and we couldn't bring St. Louis fans winning football. And, obviously St. Louis fans have had winning football in in their recent memory with the greatest show on turf and that sort of thing. So for me, it was always, I took that personally, that we couldn't deliver for St. Louis fans, and they never stopped showing up, and they never stopped having our backs. And like for me, it was explained to me when I got there, like, listen, this is the kind of place if you take accountability when you guys lose and you stand tall and you answer questions and you keep busting your ass out, bust your butt out there.
You're good. You're good. You're good with that. Don't go any further.
I don't know what you guys, I don't know if this show has changed a lot. But I tried to just come to work and do it for the fans, like a lot of it, because I really did get to appreciate and know those people and that packed that stadium, win, lose, or draw every week. And, this is just a continuation of trying to make that effort and saying, like, hey, like, this place gave me a lot. It's just kind of it's kind of karma, man. Like, this is the way it works. If somebody gives you something great, you got to pay it back. And so it's an important place to me, and it will continue to be an important place to me, even if I don't get back as much as I used to, because I got 3 kids and, life speeds up, as y'all know, and, that sort of thing. But it means a lot just to be able to come and do the work that we do and see the fans that, like, don't have football right now, but really appreciate the guys that played there, even on losing teams. Like, the love I get when I come back, like, it's hard to explain. There's definitely a soft spot in my heart.
Chris, you talked about it, just some of the struggles you had here in St. Louis and some of the teams you played for. But then your next year, you go to New England, you win a Super Bowl. Then you go to Philadelphia the year after that and win a Super Bowl. Talk to me about like the lows of the games that you all were unable to win here, and then to have the highest of highs of winning 2 Super Bowls back to back.
It was amazing. I mean, as you know, there's nothing like it being a part of a great football team. Mm-hmm. Like, all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, wow, this is like, our offense is rolling. Like, we got great players everywhere. Like, it's not as stressful driving to the facility, or it's not as stressful like showing up to the Edward Jones Dome or whatever stadium you're playing in. When there were years there where in St. Louis, like, you'd show up and you knew what time it was. Like, I'm not saying you didn't think you could win. We certainly peppered in a couple of those big wins, like where we upset like the Saints, and we were 2-14 and we just punched them in the mouth. The Cardinals had just won the World Series and they were in the building and it was rocking, and you get those moments. But like, when you're on a great team, like, those moments are like every week. And so there are certain guys like that you play with that have been in situations like that their whole career, and maybe they don't appreciate it the same way that like somebody like me did, and like, I just tried to impart that to younger players and to people on my team that was like, man, it's not like this everywhere. And you got to appreciate every minute. And I tried to. And it was a 3-year chapter of my life in Philly and New England where closing out my career, and I'd had some of my individual successes, but never been a part of a team that won. And so I tried to soak up every minute of it. But even in the rear view looking at it, like, it's bittersweet because it was amazing, but boy, do I wish I could have done something like that in St. Louis, or we could have been a part of something like that in St. Louis. The group, the D-line that I was a part of in St. Louis, like, those guys are like my brothers, man. And I was real tight with my teammates later in my career, too. I had some great teammates, but there's just a different kind of thing when you play with the same group of dudes for, half a decade or, north of that. You're so lucky to be a part of a team or a unit that stays together. And so I do wish that we'd have had those successes in St. Louis, but it was amazing winning at the end, man. Sometimes you're like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, there's a lot of guys that got out and never got to feel that. And so I definitely appreciate it.
Well, Chris, if it's any consolation, you are one of the fan favorites here among St. Louis Rams fans. So
well, they're cool for that.
Yeah, no, I mean, just know that between you and James Laurinaitis, who I know you guys were tight when you were here in St. Louis.
That's my boy.
Yeah, you guys are fan favorites. We're chatting with Chris Long here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Chris, I got to ask you. Second half of that Super Bowl against the Falcons. Let's go ahead. Let's go. Robert Alford's going back pick 6, and Tom Brady's laying on the turf, and eventually it's 28-3, right? What's really going on in your mind about third quarter, midway third quarter? Because we hear all the stories now. Oh, we knew we were out, and we got Tom Brady, and blah blah blah. What? Tell us. What was really going in your mind?
Let me tell you what, and I've never minced words on this. I thought we were dead in the water, man. I got to tell you, like, it's so funny because I tell this story with Julian Edelman, who I still keep up with real well, and we were just talking about this at the Super Bowl, but I'm in there at the half, and we're just at this point in the season, because I'm older, and I'm kind of I went to New England. I'm kind of playing out of position. I'm playing right end, which I don't play, and then I'm reducing to a 3 technique on first and second down. And by this point in the playoffs, I think Bill didn't like a look I got on a double team, so I'm just a third down guy. And we couldn't even get to third down in the first half. Like, I'm about to pull a hamstring. And I've been waiting my whole life to play in the playoffs or play in the Super Bowl, and I'm like, this is what it is like, and I'm going to sit here. I'm going to pull a muscle because I can't even get off the bench because we can't get third down. And I'll never forget Rob Ninkovich, who was probably my closest friend on the team because we played the same position and everything. He told me leading up to the Super Bowl, he goes, man, I've been here before. I've won them and I've lost them. I'm just going to warn you, because if you lose this, you're going to wish you went 0-16 and never made the playoffs. It's going to be the worst day of your life. And I was sitting next to Rob on the bench before the half, and I go, man, I messed this up, like in different terms.
Yeah, we appreciate you not saying the other way.
Yeah, because my 2 teams that I visited that I was closest to signing with was Atlanta and New England. And play the Michael Bennett position. That's the only thing that I didn't want to play in a 4-eye. And funny enough, I go to New England and they stick me to 3 technique. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, I just totally screwed this up, and there's no way we're winning this game because I'm not from a winning culture. Right? Like, there's guys on the exercise bike, and they're like, we got them right where we want them. Hey, we're going to win this game. And I just remember rolling my eyes like, let's just start with getting a stop, But the game turned. I mean, the game turned, and you can feel, how this is in football. Like, momentum's a real thing, and the game turned when and this is why I always said, like, when we played New England next year, don't play the logo on the side of the helmet. Don't. These guys are just like you. They're just really good at the details, and they're going to let you make the mistakes. And what happened is that Tom Brady horror movie that everybody sees from the other side. He was like an axe murderer, just getting a little closer and a little closer. You could start seeing them get tight. They just got tight. And when one play goes wrong and you got the lead and it's like, here we go again, that was definitely a thing. Like, it was very mental, and you could see, like, Atlanta had in the second half, they had a bunch of like entertainers and rappers and like all these people. I was like, man, that's cool. There's like Outcasts of the game or whatever. But they're on the Jumbotron. And Usher's there, and everybody's dancing and like, yeah, we're gonna win this game. And I just was a little too much, a little too confident. And we came out of the half and got a turnover. You know, I think the Hightower strip sack, Matt Ryan. We kind of met there, and I just remember the ball popping out, and that's when I was like, oh, this game turned. And at that point, you could see Atlanta kind of go from being the hunter to the hunted, and it changed.
You recovered that fumble, right?
I don't think I recovered. No, what did I?
I think you.
We're gonna say you did, Chris.
Yeah, Freeman completely whiffed on the block, and Hightower got the sack. I thought you got the fumble. I'll look it up.
No, I don't know that I got the ball, but I thought I had the sack, and I was pissed at High because I was like, man, I thought I had the sack, and because I drove Matthews back into him, and Hightower is such a great football player, and this was like, I think Freeman blew the protection, but like. Hightower, just as a tangent, was one of the best football players I ever played with. I mean, just such an amazing leader. And that's honestly like what that team was. It had so many like battle-hardened kind of like leader guys, you know, and so we just had them. And so when you get in these Super Bowls, when you're trying to handicap like who's going to win and lose, like I can tell you from experience, like the team that's been there, it really does matter. And you could just see that in the second half. Like, and it was the mistakes that they made that we didn't make as the game went on. And so, I'll never forget when we got the ball in overtime, and I think we won the toss or whatever. Like me, Alan Branch, Ninko, Hightower, we were like, well, let's go get a good seat because we're not going back on the field. Like, let's just take our helmets off. And that's exactly what happened.
So, Chris, you just mentioned Branch. It was him. It was Branch that recovered it. But you were there.
Branch got the fumble.
Yeah.
I was there.
You were there. You were right there. Hightower stole your moment.
You stole my moment. My moment was forcing a hold late in the game. That was my moment. I'm like, that's my little claim to fame. Julio caught that circus catch on the sideline, and we thought the game was over. And those dummies threw the ball. Trey Flowers sacked Matt Ryan. I forced the hold, and Shanahan, my man, for that because I don't have a ring. If it's not for his little bit of OC arrogance there, continuing to throw the ball. So.
He still doesn't have one.
Chris,
but he's a hell of a coach. I'll tell you what.
He is. Yeah. Chris, we were talking about it before you joined us, and you grew up in a football family. Your father, Hall of Famer Howie Long. Your younger brother, Kyle, played in the NFL as well. I want to know what those battles were like with you and your brother Kyle. He was an offensive lineman. You obviously a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
And he's your younger brother. So I'm going to assume, as an older brother myself, you were giving him the business your entire life growing up.
Well, it's funny because, like, there's three of us, and my youngest brother, Howie, who's a year younger than Kyle. They're, like, Irish twins or whatever. Like, they played on the same high school team. Like, Howie's pretty normal-sized guy. Kyle was, like, 6'7", like, 265, like, running a 4.7. And, like, he was – so, like, Kyle was, like, offensive tackle, tight end, like, just stud. And Howie was the quarterback, and Howie used to boss him around. So they used to always be, like, arguing, and Howie'd be looking up at him, arguing, and – you know, like, more than anything, I had to break up fights between the two of them because, like, I'm a whole 4 or 5 years older than Kyle. But, you know, like, it was kind of a thing, like, where Kyle was too small for me to pick on, and then he was too big, like, right away. And so it got to the point where, like, he grew into his body about the time where he went to play football for Oregon. And at that point, like, I'm in the pros, he's in college, so we didn't really have to scrap much. I mean, I probably put him in his place a couple times when he was being mean to Howie. But by the time it got to the pros, like, there was one instance where, well, there was the game at Edward Jones then where he tried to kill William Hayes, who's like my best friend, like on the team. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this whole thing, but he should have got ejected. I'd come off the sideline to break up a fight between him and Will.
I remember that.
We're all partying in Vegas together months prior, like best friends, and all of a sudden it just turns on the field. I got 50 people in town, and I got to take them out to dinner after, and it's like somebody died, like his cow just freaked out on the field. So yeah, like Kyle ruined that trip because he had a hot temper, and he was. But then the other one was when I was in New England. He came. We did a joint practice, and I beat him inside. Like, he was a guard, you know, where I didn't have to deal with him much, but I crossed his face on a pressure, and I hit him with a clean little stutter step, and he didn't want me to beat him bad enough that he whipped his big arm around. It's like a tree trunk, and caught me going through the A-gap and just elbowed me in the ribs, like full speed, like whipped that arm around, and he cracked my rib.
Ow.
So the whole, like, half, you know how this is, if you fracture a rib, like, that's going to stay with you probably halfway through the season. So the whole season, I'm just like, every time I was taking my pads off, I was like, man, Kyle, you big SOB. Like, he had to get me. He had to get me. But Kyle was just, man, he was just such a stud, man, like such a mauler of a player, man. And I was so happy for him having the career he had in Chicago. Because this is a guy that played college football 1 year, man. Like, he was a Florida State baseball player throwing 95 miles an hour, left-handed, hitting the ball, you know, a mile. He was just – but then he changed sports, went to a JUCO, decided to play football there. He's like, I think I'll go out for the football team. A year later, Oregon. Year later, first-round pick, and they kind of brought him in to kind of, like, battle Sue. Because remember, Sue was kind of like reigning terror in that division at that time.
Yeah.
And I was always nervous watching my brother play when I could, and like kind of makes you feel it's a preview of like being a dad, I'm sure. But like, I watched him play a lot of games where I was on the edge of my seat. Like, that's my little brother, but he just dominated people, man. It was a lot of fun to watch, and it was fun playing against him a couple times, man. It was special to be able to, like, kind of share those moments. And now you're seeing more and more siblings in the NFL, I feel like, more than ever.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Chris, we took up a lot of your time, but we can't thank you enough for coming on. And if you want to find out more about Chris Long's St. Louis Ed Zone Foundation, you can go to chrislongfoundation.org, and we'll post on our socials as well. It goes to help students make sure that they have what they need, products like, you know, even shampoo and soap and toothbrushes, toothpaste, everything. So, Chris, keep up the great work, and it's so good to hear you back on these airwaves.
Well, it's great talking to y'all as always, and thank you so much again to St. Louis fans, and shout out to the old St. Louis Rams fans. We'll see you soon.
Absolutely. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Chris.
All right. Take care, y'all.
You too. Take care. That's Chris Long. Great human being overall. Yeah. And you can hear it, man. You can hear it when he's talking about it pains him. It pains him that they couldn't get it done on the field here. Yeah. It does. It means something to him. So great. When
he said that, actually, I related to that a little bit. I played for really good teams here in St. Louis, and the one thing that our teams always regretted was not being able to bring a Stanley Cup.
Sure. And
that's why when the Blues won in 2019, I remember a bunch of us being like, okay, finally this town gets one.
Yeah, and they brought you along the ride, too, because they knew it meant so much to you guys, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll do a very quick Beat the Streak and Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN.
If you've got a pest problem, rodent problem, call my friends over at Amco Ranger. Look, they locally owned by the same family for 60 years. It's unbelievable what they've got going on over there. Had the chance to sit down at their office and talk to the staff, and they just take a tremendous amount of pride in providing great customer service, which would explain hundreds of 5-star reviews over on Google. They do a great job. They've been out to the Rivers house. We've got some traps out there laid out for some moles that aren't paying rent in my yard. Time for the bill is coming due, as they say, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
And also, got some ants and things like that. Amco is doing all that they can to take care of that. They're just awesome. The guy came over. He explained everything to me. I understand exactly what the process is now. They'll be out weekly making sure that those moles don't come back and that they're taking great care of the yard. And they'll do the same for you, too. They take care of the entire St. Louis metropolitan area and St. Charles. They just do such a fantastic job for all of their customers, too. So please don't hesitate. Get ahead of everything right now. Give them a call. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. Their number is 636-441-2847. That's 636-441-2847. Or you can always visit AmcoRanger.com.
to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to hit?
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. We got Nick on the line to play Beat the Streak. He's our latest contestant for the listeners. What's up, Nick?
How's it going, guys?
We're doing great. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing Beat the Streak. So you're going to have an opportunity to choose one of the players in tonight's lineup on either side. But hold on here. We'll get you the order. Marsh, what do we got for our latest streaks?
All right. Carey has a streak of 3 right now. Jamie has a streak of 2. Anthony, you and I are back to 0. And then, of course, we welcome Nick to the show today.
All right. So the order will go Carey, Jamie, then Nick, then Marsh, then me.
Let me CJ Abrams.
Okay.
All right. Give me some of that J.J. Weatherholt.
J.J. Weatherholt. All right. Nick, you're up.
I'll take Alec Burleson.
Burleson. Off the board to Nick. Marsh.
All right. Tonight I am going to go with... let's go Ivan Herrera.
Oh, Ivan.
All right. I will take James Wood. Give me that wood, James. All right. So, Carey's got C.J. Abrams. Jamie selected J.J. Weatherholt. Nick went with Alec Burleson. Marsh went with Ivan Herrera, and I took James Wood. Nick, good luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. All right, do we have an updated lineup there? I'm seeing somebody, Jason, in the snake pit say,
what?
So we got an updated lineup.
What happened, guys?
Mason Wynn is playing.
Batting 6th.
Yep, so here's your new lineup. J.J. Weatherholt still leading off, playing second. Ivan Herrera's behind the plate. He's hitting second. Alec Burleson is hitting third and playing first. Jordan Walker, your cleanup hitter, is playing right field. Nolan Gorman's your DH, hitting fifth. Mason Wynn, who is not in the lineup, is now in the lineup. He is at short, and he's hitting sixth. Ramon Urias is still playing third, but now he's batting seventh. Thomas Ajacey is out in left field, and he's hitting eighth. And now Victor Scott, well, same as before, Victor Scott is hitting ninth and playing center field. So there you have it. Mason Wynn must have felt good enough to play, and he's back in the lineup. So that's good news. Cardinals got their starting shortstop back in the lineup for tonight. From Beat the Streak to Bet the Board. All right, Marsh, what do you got? Latest standings.
All right, Jamie with a solid start to the month of April. He has 3 points. Carey and myself have 1 point, and Anthony, you're still stuck at 0.
I don't think I've hit one in 2 weeks.
It's been a tough go for you, Anthony.
Certainly has.
Wow, it's too bad.
I feel that.
No, I mean,
I don't think you meant that.
Didn't
not at all,
All
man.
right, stop joking around. Get your picks out now. Go.
Don't tell me what to do.
What's your picks?
Minus 122, the money line. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Okay. Carey.
CJ Abrams, 1.5 hits, runs RBI.
Yep.
I'm taking the Dodgers money line tonight against the Toronto Blue Jays, minus 131.
All right. Give me Casey Mize with the Tigers, 6 or more strikeouts. 6 plus strikeouts. All right. Biggest question of the day next on 101 ESPN.
for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
5:07, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Andrew Marsh with the biggest question of the day.
All right, gentlemen, biggest question is, who do you have winning the national championship tonight? Let's talk about it.
Well, I don't think I've correctly predicted one of these in, I don't know, about 3 weeks now. So, give me Michigan.
You're going away from your team?
Well, I can't claim it as my team.
Who did you have this year? You had
Duke.
Florida?
No, I had Duke.
Oh, yeah, Duke.
Yeah.
So did Jamie. He went out. He took the dark horse.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's an underdog. I thought I'd take a swing, you know?
Yeah, you know what? They did pretty well, too. They made a decent run.
Yeah. Nah. They're fine.
They're the number one overall seed, man. I got Michigan as well. Well, all of us picked Michigan, and I'm sure Dan Hurley is somewhere laughing hysterically because he's a maniac.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that Did you see after the game they were booing, and he thought that they were booing the kid Mullins? After he was being interviewed, he's like, "Are they booing?" And I think he was thinking that they were booing his player. I think they were booing him.
He's a special kind of special.
Kind of a sign of a true narcissist, right?
He gave a headbutt to the player.
How could they be booing my player?
I think they're booing you, buddy.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Hell of a coach, though.
He is, man. He's crazy. He's crazy, but
definitely
he finds a way to win. And you can be as crazy as you want to be if you win, almost. I mean, people forgive a lot of things as long as you win.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Again, far be it for me to discount UConn again, but Michigan can score in a multitude of ways. They've got size. If they want to go down low, they can go down low. They've got a great perimeter game. Defensively, they're excellent. Outside of SLU, who was really giving Michigan a game this year? Marsh, did you have the stat that
Michigan State did for Michigan State had. That was a really good game.
In the bracket?
No.
I'm talking about the NCAA tournament. I said this year. I meant the tournament.
Oh, nobody.
Yeah, because they didn't play Michigan State.
Yeah.
But, Marsh, didn't you have a stat that indicated that nobody's been within 12 or something like that of Michigan in the final?
Yeah. So I found this from Stu Durando. He posted on X. SLU is the only team Michigan has played in the NCAA tournament that was closer than 10 points with 12 minutes remaining. SLU was down 7. Alabama was down 10. Howard down 18. Arizona, which we just witnessed on Saturday, they were down 27. And Tennessee was down 29. So,
wow.
SLU gave them the best game.
Impressive. So, Albatross Sports in the Snake Pit says, question of the day, will they be considered a dynasty if UConn wins? Absolutely.
Yes.
3 and 5?
Gotta be.
3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Yeah.
But to me, it's 3 and 5. Like whatever sport it is, if it's 3 and 5, that you're a dynasty. So they would have done it in 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I don't
Michigan
think it's a question.
is double-digit wins in every game in this tournament.
Wow.
Like, they are steamrolling folks. Hey, that Tennessee game wasn't even close. They beat them by 30, 33.
The Arizona game wasn't close. No, none of them's been close.
It's crazy.
They're crushing them at halftime. You really, if you didn't know what Arizona was capable of, you wouldn't have watched the second half of that game. It felt like they were done at halftime. So Michigan's been impressive. Man, we'll talk about UConn's win tomorrow then.
Oh man, I just don't want to though.
You want Dan Hurley to take his medicine?
He just drives me. I'm watching another clip of him last game, and he's in his player's face. Like, come on, buddy. The problem is I feel like half of it's an act. Like it's a big egotistical act. Like he's leaning into it now.
Yeah.
I think that's who he is.
Yeah, but I think he's leaning into it. Like, or he's starting to believe the things. Like it's getting worse.
Yeah, it's growing.
And just like
the more success you have, the more. Whatever that thing is,
Yeah, ale.
What?
What happened?
Is that how it goes?
I don't know.
Is that how the saying goes?
Nice.
I've been lied to.
Some people, when they have more success, they feel the need to become more arrogant. And more,
they do. They definitely do.
Some people. It reveals character, like money, success.
Money reveals.
It reveals
who you are,
who you truly are.
Yeah.
If you're a jerk without money, you're gonna be a bigger jerk with money and success. I don't know that that's who Dan Hurley is. He probably is a humble, hardworking dude.
I don't know.
A little bit of a
I feel like he
maniac.
talks in like third person in his own home. That's the kind of guy that I envision.
Dan's going to get a beer.
Yeah, or,
Dan,
hey, honey.
Don't worry, Dan will be back.
Hey, honey, Dan wants a beer. Hurry up for Dan, please. Yeah. I just feel like that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like he yells at the dog for not going potty fast enough. You got to move your feet. Get out there and potty.
Listen, you always got to be coaching. Yeah, you know that. Marsh, who do you got tonight?
I'm going to take Michigan, but I hope it's a good game, and I would not be shocked if UConn won, just because, like I said earlier, this is what they do. We've overlooked them. But I think Michigan, the way that they've played all tournament long, I think they are the best team in the nation, and I think we'll see that tonight.
There you have it. All right. We will wrap up the show next because we've got the national championship pregame starting at 5:30, tip-off at 7:50. So we got a long pregame for you. So we'll come back. We'll do what we learned and 3 stars of the day next on 101 ESPN.
Well, we're just talking about the big game tonight on TV. It's going to be a lot of fun. Be a lot more fun if you stop on your way home and pick up some Zwickle Light. Urban Chestnut is the brewer of choice when it comes to Zwickle Light. And look, it's an unbelievable light beer. Most light beers taste watered down, or some just flat out taste like water. Not Zwickle Light. It's got low calories, so only 95 calories, 3.7 carbs. But it is absolutely loaded with great flavor. You're going to love it. It comes in cans and bottles now. Like I said before, cans around the pool, bottles in a nice bucket full of ice tonight. Maybe sitting around with some buddies or family or watching the big game. That's Zwickle Light is going to taste incredible. It is the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey. It's the official beer of the Rivers household. I can't say enough about Zwickle Light. You can pick it up here locally almost everywhere, and you can certainly pick it up at your dirt cheap locations or carrying the Zwickle Light in-house. So go pick some up on the way home tonight. You won't regret it. Trust me, you will love it. For any more information on Zwickle Light or anything else Urban Chestnut, visit urbanchestnut.com. Again, that's urbanchestnut.com. Remember, St. Louis, keep it light and keep it local.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. We have the national championship game, Michigan and UConn. Pregame starts in about 10 minutes, while the tip-off at 7:50. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast, available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Marshy, how about you hit us with those 3 stars?
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our 3 stars involve current and former St. Louis players. We're going to give our 3rd star of the day to Mason Wind. He's jumping back in the lineup. Hopefully he does some damage tonight in Washington. Robert Thomas is getting our 2nd star of the day for his first NHL hat trick.
Nice.
Carey tried to trade him.
Give him around for St. Louis Blue, Robert Thomas.
Yeah.
Go on, Carey.
Yeah.
Current soon to be captain.
Oh, wait, that took a turn.
Wow.
And our first star of the day. First star of the day is Chris Long.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Chris Long was awesome.
He was awesome.
Could have talked to him for another 30 minutes.
I agree. He was phenomenal. Big time. All right. Let's do real quick. Carey, what'd you learn?
I learned that Anthony just is a glutton for pain. He wants to hear about that story of the Falcons over and over and over again.
Had to ask.
Glutton for pain,
From
man.
a Patriots player, nonetheless.
Wanted to know.
Oh, my
And you know what? He told the truth.
He did.
He told the truth.
Did it make you feel better?
No, I just wanted to know. He goes, yeah, I thought we were dead in the water.
Yeah.
And then I saw him partying over there, and then I thought they were dead in the water. Kind of how I thought would happen. He's right.
True.
Jamie?
Yeah, what I learned was just what we just talked about, that at one point, Chris Long didn't believe either. Didn't believe. He didn't have any faith in that Tom Brady.
No.
Boy, that turned around quickly, though.
What I learned was he was close to signing with the Falcons.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Wow.
What could have been, Anthony?
Things could have been different.
Could have been different.
Yeah, he could have been in red that night and lost instead of,
Well,
winning.
maybe they win with him on the team.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe he doesn't have all the musicians down on the sidelines partying now.
Yeah, he tells everybody to get out.
Yeah.
It ain't over.
I learned that SLU was the second best team in the NCAA tournament this year. If they didn't take on Michigan in the 2nd round.
What could have been, right?
Stats
They're
and
on the
facts.
other side of the bracket, probably in the championship.
No kidding.
That's a
good point.
No kidding. Speaking of the championship, again, we have that for you. It's Michigan, UConn, pregame is right after our show. And then the tip-off is at 7:50. Real quick, yes or no? Do we get a game tonight or no? Is it within the spread 6.5? Is it within the spread?
Yeah, I think we do. I mean, he's a good coach. I'm not really a big fan of his, but he's a good coach. That team will be well prepared. Michigan's going to have their hands full.
Jamie says yes. Carey says no. Based on the...
Whatever, dude.
12 points.
Head shake.
I think it's close until maybe like 7 minutes left to go, and then it goes the other way.
So you say no. Okay.
What about you?
Let's even this up. Hurley's a great coach. Elite defense on UConn. I say it's elite.
I'd rather see a game.
I say it's close. Yeah. Michigan wins. UConn covers.
Your alma mater.
Good Michigan team. Alma mater. All right, that'll do it for us. We'll be back tomorrow. See you.